Good evening and welcome to another Wednesday night game. I have exciting news in that we have a whole new cast for the next 3 weeks. I got very fortunate in that I was able to wrangle together some amazing players to hang out and play some D&D tonight in the absence of our usual crew. Everyone has stuff going on. Jesse's in the process of moving to Sweden. Linares is having some stuff happen in their life. Molly's got stuff with work because this is crunch time, and Tiffany's on the quest for a new job and traveling to visit family. So the whole group basically had we need a couple weeks off, and I went, but I need my D&D. It's like needing your MTV, except back when they played music. So I have got an amazing group of players tonight. We're going to be delving into Dragon Heist from the Waterdeep Adventures. And before I do anything else, I have to thank Nebula for continuing to support my stream. If you're not following her, you absolutely need to do that because she is an amazing content creator. She's actually where I got my start in streaming, was watching her and going, yeah, that looks really cool. I want to try that because that looks fun. And she has a great community, and if you're not following, you should. And she has been a diehard supporter of my stream since we got going, and is a regular on our Sunday night game of Curse of Strahd. So massive props there. Yes, that is third tier, is actually on camera, is going to be playing tonight. Which it seems fair to let everyone do a round of introductions. If anyone would like to, I'll kind of go around to kick off who you are, where we might find you on the interwebs, and a little about who you're bringing to the table tonight and who we're going to meet in tonight's game, even if it's just name class combo. Don't feel any pressure to go into any great depth yet. I can already see Liz's look of panic, like, what? But
I
that's
actually
okay.
Lost the Zoom screen for a hot minute. Just saying.
Fair enough. Liz, do you want to kick off the introductions?
Sure. I'm going to be playing Lorelei, who is a half-elf entertainer, musician, dancer, storyteller, with perhaps some shadier skills picked up in a misspent youth, annoying the elven side of her family. I don't know what else you wanted.
That's perfect. Third tier. Why don't I distract you from playing moderator for a second and tell us about who you're playing tonight?
I am playing Lillian Roebling, an elven artificer who has ADHD.
Okay. Danae, and or Wings?
Hi everybody, I'm Wings, also known as Danae Keener. I'm going to be playing as Ms. Hatchet, who is a human cleric. But that's... I don't want you guys to feel like this is your white robe here. She is very, very much a... How do I say it? Rough and tumble, perhaps? She's a bounty hunter.
Right. Momo, and who are you bringing to our table this evening?
My name is Momo, also known as Pumpkin Days. I'm playing as Adelina Deathrun. She's a fighter. She's a little bit of a meathead who loves to fish, and she loves getting herself into danger, I guess, because she likes to fight a lot. But that's all I have so far. I haven't played D&D in a while, so I think it's gonna come back to me as we play to see what the world and stuff's gonna be like, and I'll figure out what else her deal is. But that's pretty much her. Fighter, meathead, wants to beat up stuff.
That'll work.
And go fishing.
You see, my sound alerts are working. I'm not worried. And thank you, by the way, Asteki and Ear, for feeding the Book of Fate. That's one last bit of housekeeping to cover before we get into the game. The Book of Fate is fed by your cheers. So every 100 pages represents a chapter, which will let the party re-roll one die. There is a limit of 2 rerolls per action or attack or damage roll, just to keep the game moving. And there is a channel point reward you can redeem once every 15 minutes to force an immediate reroll. generally in their favor. If Eric pops in, there's a non-zero possibility that he'll force a reroll that you just succeeded on. Just so you know, he likes to cheer for the bad guys. So it just makes the evening a little more interesting. Because that's what you do. Okay, so I think that's all the housekeeping is covered and taken care of. So I think we can get down to the game, and we can get things up and running. Okay. Waterdeep is one of the largest cities in the land, well known for having a vast variety of people living within its walls. Ruled over by a collection of lords, all but one of whom are hidden and unknown, it has seen its share of intrigue over the centuries. Of particular interest in the quick pause, welcome Raiders. You landed just in time to catch us at the beginning of tonight's game. I'm just starting the prologue for tonight's D&D. We have some amazing and intelligent folk in the chat who can bring you up to speed quickly, because I'm just going to say hi, and then I got to get my players going. One of the major locations in Waterdeep is a tavern called the Yawning Portal, known for the fact that within the tavern is a massive hole leading down to the Undermountain. The dark caverns beneath Waterdeep, created by the Mad Mage ages ago, adventurers queue up for a chance to be lowered into the dungeons to seek fame and fortune. One gold gets you down, one gold gets you up, and if you don't have it on the way up, they just put you right back down again. So there's an incentive to making sure you always have that gold on your way back out again. It's also a common meeting place for would-be adventurers, though your dungeon master can't stand that term and prefers things like mercenaries, healer for hire, a bard with an attitude and a dirty sword. Adventure is too commonplace when one's probably more likely a tomb raider or thug. Either way, all of those seeking fame and fortune from anything but honest work are known to show up in the Yawning Portal either to try their fates below or observe those who have. And that is how the four of you have found yourselves tonight. At different places throughout the bar, you've each staked out a place for whatever reason brought you here in the first place. Maybe you were looking to hire on with a company. Maybe you were looking for a chance to track a bounty. Maybe it was just a chance to have a drink and hear stories from elder adventurers who had survived their trips below and were willing to share them in exchange for having their wine glasses filled. The relative calm of the bar is shattered with a shout from across the way. A half-orc woman is accosted at the bar by a bald man with tattoos surrounding his head. He screams at her for having betrayed him and ambushed him in a dark alley. She responds by taking a swing at him and throwing him back against the table. The two tussle for some time, and she appears to be getting the upper hand. Each of you from your own individual corners notice the same thing at the same time. What started off as a perfectly reasonable brawl is about to become a serious fight, as four of the man's compatriots are about to leap in and turn a perfectly fair one-on-one into a significantly less so 5-on-1. Feel free to interrupt me at any point going forward, because I can already I have a sense that Edeline is about to do something.
Are any of them, are they near? Where are they in relation to where I might be?
A couple tables away. Close enough to get fully involved if you so choose.
What's the name of this orc?
You would you would recognize it. Yagra Stonefist.
Yagra Stonefist. Okay.
She's got a bit of a reputation around. You can probably have heard of her before, especially with your contacts.
I have a feeling that
what
this is
prescription contacts?
I have a feeling this is a common situation. Like a bunch of noise starts happening over there. Hatchet looks up from her drink briefly, sees that it's Yagra, and then just puts her head back down. And then like that noise doesn't stop, and then she looks back over, and there's 5 guys around her, and she goes, and she slams her drink down and stands up, and she begins to hoist a walking stick with a lion's head on the top of it, and she starts walking over in that direction.
All right.
Okay.
I would like to intercept what is the nearest one to me? Are they all coming together in a group?
They're kind of like, more or less have surrounded the fray.
Okay, so they're already over there.
Yeah, there's a bit of a circle that's formed
Got
as the half orc and the brigand are battling, and you notice that people have stepped out of it. Like, okay, we're getting in on this. And a quick overview of the individuals makes it very clear none of them are there to help her.
Awesome. I'm gonna finish whatever's in my. Well, no, I probably would be drinking wine, so I will still finish my wine and then take someone else's tankard and saunter over up behind one of them and just clock him in the back of the head.
That'll work. Momo, is Adelina getting involved?
Adelina's like, oh, we're gonna fight? Oh, are we fighting now? Oh my gosh, this is exciting. And she's just gonna go, and whoever is closest is gonna, they're in trouble.
They're not even a part of the fight. It's just like, yay, fighting!
Oh my gosh, we're gonna fight.
This is gonna be so much fun.
I feel like I need to deputize someone to be in charge of quotes for the night.
Oh, yeah, we need a quote board.
That's a keeper. The command, by the way, is add quote, and then whatever you want to put after it, and I can always go back and curate them later if it needs fixing.
I believe only mods can add quote, though.
Oh, who do I need to dial?
I'll tell you what, if anybody in the chat wants to add a quote, just put quotation marks around it.
We'll make sure it gets there.
And, we have GSPCG.
Oh, yes, PSG. He's on this. Just stay with us, my friend. They're going to happen a lot, I think. Okay, so from there, speaking of which, what exactly is Lillian doing in this moment?
Lillian is currently unaware of anything going on around her, as she is scribbling furiously in her notebook about an idea she just had for a new type of tool which will revolutionize artificing everywhere, or so she thinks.
Okay, so Lillian has no reaction when this half-elf scoops up her tankard and strides in towards a fight.
Well, she's going to be very disappointed to know that Lillian does not drink, as it affects her ADHD.
Well, that would have worked.
But it's a tankard full of water, so
Why waste the good stuff? That would be,
Thanks.
yeah, absolutely. Okay.
But yeah, that might get a little bit of a rise out of her. Like,
Perfect.
hey, that's my water.
Bring that back.
And the idea for the tool is completely gone.
Indeed, it is. Okay, so as a quick shakedown, welcome to your first combat. Everybody roll, in the words of the amazing Gary Gygax, roll initiative.
Everybody?
Do I just click on something to do that, or do I just roll a random d20?
It's about the middle of your page, but next to armor class, above the word actions.
Sure it is. Sorry. We'd have to be full page. I really
That's the one
need
I
a
was
cursor.
looking for.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, you're fine. This
Oh,
is
there it is.
this is our shakedown. This is what we do. Let's see here. Let me.
Oh,
get
that's
these-
lovely.
So am I rolling to everyone? Or...
Yes, please. And we'll put Lillian on the board, even though they might not be fully engaged just yet.
Lorelei just nat 20 to her initiative.
Lorelai's
Could
ready.
have been used better. Could have been to a better purpose, but I'll take it. Whatever.
Yes. Give me your 20s now.
The free blind side is always worth something, right?
Yeah, absolutely. and Miss Hatchet comes in at a 10. Okay, so there's all of that. And boom. And now you should see.
Oh my goodness.
Yep, that's everybody. Now here's the good news. You don't necessarily need to kill everybody yet.
Oh god.
You don't kill people in a bar fight. That's bad.
Bad karma. Speaking of which, Lorelei
I don't care about karma, but
is the first one up. So you're gonna just cold cock one of these guys in the back of the head. Get that first attack roll out of the way.
all right. Wait, I lost it. Okay. Oh, for God's sake, I'm so sorry.
That's okay. Stabby time? Indeed.
Unarmed attack? I don't know what to hit. What do
Yeah.
I hit?
Roll me the unarmed. I can modify it
Attack.
slightly.
I don't know what to do.
Just click on the little +2.
Oh, thank you.
No problem. It's why you have me.
Okay.
That's definitely going to hit. And then
Well, how much damage does a mug do?
roll your dagger damage.
Okay.
That D4 +3. Roll that. That'll work.
I'm
Because
sorry.
it's inherent that somebody's going to mess with me when it comes to like having to throw a monkey wrench in the very beginning of any game.
I'm sorry. I don't know where that is.
If you just look up a little bit more on the sheet, you'll see dagger is one of your weapons. +5 to hit, D4 +3 damage.
Actually, I don't. Attack. Unarmed, sneak attack. That's all I got. I got to take and roll.
You're gonna want to go to equipment.
Oh,
Find your dagger and then equip it.
oh, she has those. Try refreshing your character sheet because I double checked all that for you.
Oh.
Should be under actions under all.
Refreshing. Oh, there they are. Dagger. Got it.
Yeah, I caught that. You and somebody else didn't have like armor or anything equipped. And I'm like, oh, let me
Yes.
fix that real quick for you guys. You probably want those things.
Thank you so much.
That's what I
Okay,
do.
there we go.
Okay.
Oh, that's freaking
So we still
awesome.
need the damage from it though.
I think oh, that's a 2 hit.
Yep.
Fail. I was like, 18? Are you kidding me? What the heck? How'd that happen?
You're not that
That's
good.
more reasonable. That's more reasonable. I didn't want to kill the guy. I mean, you know.
Oh, you shook him up plenty good. And he is immediately going to turn around and take a swing at you.
Seems fair. I will hope to duck.
You are not going to be that lucky.
Darn.
That doesn't hit that hard. You only hit for 2 damage.
I laugh at him.
He's going to continue to do this. Okay, what exactly is Miss Hatchet doing?
So like Yagra's in the middle of a fist fight with 5 guys. We see Yagra like get thrown back on a table, like a guy just like punching at her face, and Ms. Hatchet is like leaning on her walking staffs, like just kind of over her, just like, so I'm going to guess that you need some help here.
She snarls back, I got it.
Uh-huh.
Although maybe not as buddies. As she like catches his wrist and is holding it in front of her face.
She's going to hike up the walking staff into her hand. As a bonus action, she's casting Shillelagh on the staff, and then she's going to use it to whack some other guy who was coming up from behind her.
Fair enough. Shillelagh is my favorite spell.
Oh, it's fun. Will an 11 hit?
An 11 is actually no. He's going to duck under that.
She's just gonna hiss a little bit,
As he ducks
she said-
under and snarls back at you.
and she's like, "What exactly did you do?"
And that's to Yagra.
Mm-hmm.
May or may not come across a couple of these Zents a while back. Maybe I got a couple of them arrested.
Did you say Zents?
Yes.
Oh.
He said double checking his notes.
Because that's a thing.
Because now I don't care if they die.
Oh no, back I have that. I misspoke. It was Xanathars.
It's the
I'm back to caring.
classic mix-up.
Classic mix-up.
All right.
I mean, it's in the initiative sheet.
So it is. I didn't even have to look it up.
All right.
Yeah, I'm not great about putting like nameless bandit on things. I'm usually, if it's super plot critical, I am, but I try not to get too tied up into that kind of stuff just to keep the game moving.
I am going to say one thing. I am a terrible speller, and I got Yagra's name right in my notes.
Sweet.
Well done.
So she's going to continue brawling with the guy she's up against. The one that Hatchet took a swing at is going to return the favor and have absolutely no appreciable effect. As he comes in and starts brawling, swinging back and forth, and you very easily can just take a few steps to the side, put your shield between it, and watches his fist just sort of like hammer on it as he tries to wrestle it away, and has no real success in that endeavor. Does Lillian wish to involve herself at this moment, or is Lillian continuing to take her notes?
Well, the notes are gone. I am now fully distracted by the fact that my pitcher of beverage of choice has been taken from me. Where is what's going on in relation to Lorelei?
Lorelei is brawling with a bandit that she clocked on the back of the head and is now just kind of like blocking, punching with.
Okay. Lillian is going to stand up and approach Lorelei with a pretty I'm trying to think of the word for the face. Upset we'll go with upset. To complain about the fact, like, hey, beer ain't cheap and neither is water. I would appreciate if you would have bought me a new one, fine lady.
Absolutely. Just in a minute or two.
Lillian sighs, draws her pistol, and fires at the bandit on top of Lorelei.
Well, that escalated quickly.
So that's a D20.
Yep. Pull out a flintlock.
That would be a 9.
Level it. Well, here's the good news. It has somewhat of a desired effect, as at least 2 of the bandits are going to kind of stop and go, "Oh my!" Because now there are guns involved. Which obviously you meant to fire a shot in the air to get everyone's attention.
Sure. That's the cool thing to do, right?
0 to shooting people in the face in no time. Indeed. Yeah, that's a thing. What's Adelina doing in this moment?
Adelina is going to go over to the guy that Miss Hatchet was trying to hit, and she's gonna be like, I got it, and she's gonna I'm just gonna attempt to punch him in the face. So would that be an unarmed strike, I guess?
Yes, it would be.
Okay. I got a bad roll last time, so let's see. All right, then. Does a 20.
Yeah,
hit?
Yeah, that'll hit. That'll connect.
Yeah, so she's just running, flying. She's like, I got it, and just punches him in the face.
Stellar.
Let's see. So I just need a damage. That's right. Damage is base. With unarmed strikes, I believe. Yep, just a straight up 4 damage. Yeah, I love that strength bonus, don't you?
Yes.
I mean, that's why she's a vehicle. They put everything into strength.
This last one is now, having taken the situation seriously, is done with the fisticuffs, and he's going to draw a blade and turn to Lillian with it. It's like, nope, not cool, not cool. We are at least going to upgrade this. We'll bring our.
Do not kill a character in the first 5 minutes. This is not fair.
You know, there are some days it sucks to be the DM.
I'm sorry, was that a natural 20?
Well, it was a natural 20 for damage,
Oh my god.
to hit, and then it was 2 1s on the damage roll.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
That's fine.
So Lillian's going to take a total of 4 damage on the DM's first natural 20.
That's actually a lot at first level. I forgot. Oh, shit.
Is.
Right? I just looked at how many hit points I had and I was like, wait, why am I jumping in a fight? I'm fragile.
You are a would-be adventurer. It's what you do.
Oh, also,
Yep.
I don't care if I die. I forgot.
Wait, which bandit hit me?
One of the
Bandit
ones
2?
near bandit number 2, yeah.
Did he not see what happened to that ceiling?
I'll actually throw a tag on it so we know which one actually has got his blade out. If that becomes relevant in a moment. Speaking of which, we're in round 2 of combat. So what's Lorelei going to do now that things have gotten serious?
Oh, I'm sorry. That would be me.
That
I'm
would be-
sorry. I'm looking for some like picture that you're telling him to label. Do we have a picture?
Not really. It's just a
Okay.
general. It's just a general brawl.
Okay, great. So this person that is that I clocked with the mug, is he still barehanded or is he gone for weapons?
Nope, he's still barehanded.
Oh, great. Do I still have my mug?
Yes, you do.
Great, mug to nose. Okay, here we go. Oh, that's pretty good.
That'll connect. Give me a damage roll
And we're gonna do
since you're not technically unarmed anymore. Yeah, dagger works as the stand-in.
All right, there we go.
All right, and he spins to the ground.
Excellent.
The fight is now almost fair. Krentz is going to continue to batter on Yagrin, and she's, for her part, going to continue to batter back. This one's going to also draw his blade and go after Hatchet, I believe. She seems to know Yagra the
A
best.
bar fight. What's wrong with these people? They have no etiquette. Classless heathens.
So now Miss Hatchet's defending herself against 2 bandits, one of which has drawn his blade. The other one is still just wrestling for her shield. And what's she doing in this moment?
She's got 2 on her. One
Yep.
of them has drawn a blade.
Yep.
Okay. She's going to take a swing at the one with the blade. Still shillelagh up.
That's a good idea.
12 this time.
That'll hit.
Yay! Hatchet has been rolling pretty bad. That's going to be 8 bludgeoning damage.
Let me reset
Clonk.
things here. There it goes. Yeah, he's gonna go down like a sack of potatoes.
She bashes him over the head with the walking stick, and the sword spins in midair, and she catches it, and then she she does a little finger wag and then drops the sword on the ground.
Yeah, that makes sense. That would be cool. And we're establishing swords are not so cool. This one's going to continue with his unarmed attacks. He's going to try to cold cock Hatchet, but it's just like he's breaking his fingers on the like the pauldrons underneath your chainmail. And that then turns to, is Lillian still involved?
Yeah, who hit me?
That would be number 2, one of the ones with the blade out.
Gerald. Well, because it takes a round to reload a firearm, I am going to draw my hand axe and take a swing at him.
Okay. That's fair. Blade to blade.
That's not going to hit.
No. He blocks and parries left and right and manages to force, he's holding his ground a little bit as everyone's starting to notice that this is starting to escalate a little more than they're fully comfortable with. What's Adelina doing?
Let's see. She's gonna go, ooh, are you fighting with swords? I have a sword too! I wanna fight with a sword! And then she's gonna pull out her short sword, which I assume I just I guess I check mark it to equip it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a bonus action to draw a readied weapon.
Oh, I see, and it adds it. Okay, I see where everything got added. Okay.
Yep.
Is there a special stat if you want to disarm someone holding a weapon? Or I don't know if that would just be a regular roll or if that'd be something else.
I'm sure somewhere in the rule book we'll find it, but for now, just give me a quick attack roll.
Yeah,
and then we'll roll with it as needed.
Pun intended. All right, so okay.
That was a damage roll.
Oh wait, do I have to roll? Wait, no, I have to roll to hit first, right?
Yeah, you got to hit him first.
Oops,
Man.
sorry, my bad.
Let's see. Which do I roll? Which do I click to do the action first to hit?
That would be the +5.
Oh, okay.
You see it? So the line with under actions, it's a short sword, 5 foot, +5, and then D6 +5.
Oh, I see. They're 2 different buttons. Okay.
Yep.
I got it now.
Yep. Slight learning curve. We got you over it. And
Okay.
once again.
Okay, so I'm gonna hit. Okay, so that was to hit, which I assume it does. And then
we'll keep the damage that you did.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see here. We'll do that. We'll do that. We'll do that. You come after him with your blade out with a full intention of disarming him. And he blocks, he parries, he sidesteps. You bring your blade right down on his shoulder and successfully disarm him as he drops his blade in a howl of pain. And then steps back, clutching the wound and saying things you think are in a dialect of Dwarven that you don't completely recognize. And part of you is feeling like maybe it's better you not, as you think it may have referenced your parentage. So
I was going to say Lillian knows Dwarven, but
it definitely referenced her parentage.
Yeah. She's not paying attention. She's too focused on on Gerald.
I think Gerald was the one that just took the hit. Didn't we say number 2 was Gerald?
Yeah.
He was the guy with the sword.
Yep. Yeah, he's actually going to remove himself from the combat. He's going to get out of dodge.
I would like to take an attack of opportunity.
He's using a disengage action. No, you're not. We'll never understand everyone's.
I don't understand it either.
Yeah. However, as he backs into the crowd and starts to make a run, you can see that Yagra's more or less his beak clenched to within an inch of his life,
Jesus.
and is starting to pick herself up off the table, and is just holding him by the front of his jerkin, and is just pounding into him, and pulls back her fist and looks over her shoulder at the portal, and just freezes. Everyone turns to look at the same time, and you watch as a large green slimy hand crashes down on the nearest table as a troll pulls himself up into view.
What?
I don't think he's here for a drink, guys.
There he
Oh,
is.
speaking of drinks, you, lady, owe me a refill. Wait, what were we talking about?
So let me add those into
Hatchet
it.
uses
Plenty of
Hatchet-
water. I'm
Hatchet
drawing.
uses her walking stick to turn Lillian to see the troll.
I'm drawing short sword and dagger.
How many is that? That's 5. We need one more.
Yeah, that might be a bigger issue than my water right now.
Yeah, I promise I'll get you the water. I promise. Promise.
Oh, that's a full initiative.
There we go.
Are we rolling initiative again?
No, we're just in round 2 of the initiative.
Very good.
Also, Fuzz, when you add stuff to the initiative track, it automatically rolls for them to figure out where they're going to be.
It's terrifying.
Do we have a list somewhere? Should I see a list?
You should see a list.
Yeah,
I
there's
sent you a link.
Well, okay. How many links did you send?
I sent you 3.
Okay, I
Zoom,
missed
initiative
one.
tractor, and Jamboard.
Okay, I'm working on it. I'm on it.
That's okay. I can send you it again, and sometimes you have to refresh it.
Here's my class attendance. Should I do that? No, never
No.
mind.
Last week, Linarius forgot to we've gone so long without doing combat, the board stopped updating for her. So, like, we're 3/4 of the way through the fight. 2 people are at 5 hit points or less. And she's, why are we all complaining? You're at full health. And everyone goes, refresh. Fine, I'll refresh. And, like, you can just look in her face as it, like, you could see the moment the browser
there
finished
is.
updating. And it's like, oh.
Okay, so I now have a Jamboard. And,
But you didn't die, though. That's the thing. You almost died. Let me
Okay, I
find.
got it.
You got it now?
And
Okay.
art-
Oh my
and
God, I'm on top of
artificing-
the list. Yay!
And artificing, that's what we call close enough.
If you-
I can't find you guys now. I probably should have ate before drinking the wine. I'm so sorry. I'm not gonna leave the meeting. I figured that much out. There you are. Okay. Okay, what is this? Troll is climbing through.
He's
the
climbing up from the Underdark.
door from the Underdark.
Yes. And as he does, this small swarm of sturges that have been feeding on him all kind of split off and spread out around the bar.
Gross. Is there like a torch or a candle handy?
Torture candle?
Torch or candle.
Torch. Oh,
Torch
okay.
or candle.
Torch or okay. I'm like a torture candle.
Not the time and place.
Enunciating my words. Shall I type?
I mean,
Okay.
Lillian should
Yes, there's
probably make one.
lanterns and lamps and
Lantern oil.
lantern oil is very available.
Oh, I will obtain a lantern and proceed to slam it into the troll's face.
Okay, give me a ranged attack roll.
Range attack.
So anything
Sure,
you have that's a ranged attack, just click that for now.
Okay. Not as good.
I'm gonna do
not bad.
this.
Of course, it's climbing through a trapdoor. Could be a penalty.
It's a little
No.
more than a trap door, really. It's a big open pit.
Well, fine. He didn't pay his gold piece. I don't think we should let him in.
That's legit. That's legit.
You know,
there.
you're right.
Is that what you shout when you chuck the lantern at him?
No, I probably go, ah, troll!
You'll think of something really witty to shout like in a couple hours.
Yeah, probably.
Isn't that how it usually works?
I might have been drinking.
Yeah, you chuck it in there and the oil starts to spread and you can see where it's coming down over the sides. Several other patrons have responded in a similar action. One of the sturges that gets loose, however, is going to swoop down and attempt to stab its... For those unfamiliar, sturge is like this weird combination of giant bat and mosquito.
I
Aw.
like it.
Best way to describe it. So, like, you know, that kind of a weird, grossish, bird-like thingy, except with the mosquito nose and the... Or, as they call them in North Carolina, mosquitoes. I kid you not, I was down there one time and I actually watched a small group of mosquitoes pick up a Pomeranian and carry it off. And the owner's like, that's okay, you know, we'll just get another one. I don't want to fight those. They have mosquitoes down south, man. They're just nuts. Another reason Michigan's bad.
Why we live in the north.
Amen to that. The earth doesn't
Buy a
move.
snowsuit.
Anyway, who's it going to pick on? It's going to pick on the nearest person. That'll be Lorelei. And it just buzzes
like
past
it.
her head.
Dodge. Parry. Thrust.
Krunz is going to just get his face beat in. Another one of these is going to take a swoop down onto Lillian and be ineffective. What's Miss Hatchet up to in this moment?
Sorry. Just trolls are scary.
Trolls are scary.
Trolls are scary.
They should be.
Hatchet is... Trolls on fire, though.
Trolls starting to get caught on fire as more and more patrons are like gearing up. You'll also have bees as you're like taking stock of it. Everyone seems focused on the troll right now. So a couple of the elder adventurers are starting to pull out blades. You watch as one blasts an acid arrow into it from across the far side of the portal. The Sturges, on the other hand, are becoming a bit more of a immediate threat.
I see. Okay. She quickly takes stock of the situation, and she's gonna jump up onto a table and like point to each one of the members of the, you know, quote unquote party, and basically give them all orders to attack the Sturges. And then she's going to thorn whip one of them.
Okay. That'll work.
16.
That'll hit.
All right.
And
That's max damage with the 6 piercing damage.
jeez.
The way that this looks is that she, like a shimmering golden light kind of snakes out of her hand and connects with the Sturge. And then it's like a bunch of golden needles just jab into it, and then she pulls and it yanks towards her.
Ugh. And it split in half as it does so.
Splurt.
Yeah, blood and sinew fly in multiple directions.
Ugh. All right, that's it for me.
That'll work. For Yagra's action, she's going to push Krentz away, turn around, and you know what? It's gonna try to. Okay, yeah, that's what she does. She turns around and just grabs one of the Sturges out of the air and just slams it fist down onto a table. And watches as it kind of splurts in multiple directions. Oops, wrong button. There's what I'm looking for. So those guys are dead. At this moment, Durnan, the barkeep and the owner of the Yawning Portal, strides past you as he's sliding the scabbard off a greatsword, points at Miss Hatchet. Good call. We'll focus on the trolls. You clean up those little things. And then, like, jumps up onto a table and then leaps at the troll with his blade. What's he doing? I think he's leaving. which then takes us to what is the artificer up to?
Is magical tinkering a action or a bonus action?
That's an action.
It's an action.
It's an action. You have to focus on it. It's not something you kind of do as like a side thing.
Is so Sturges, are they attracted to any kind of smells or
Blood.
anything like that? Blood? What is something nearby to me?
What do you want there to be nearby to you? It probably is.
A tiny non-magical object. Is there a tankard of ale nearby me?
Absolutely. Tankards, lanterns, people, bits of armor,
Okay.
trays.
Can I take an action to imbue a tankard of ale with the scent of blood and throw it to get the Sturgis away from everybody else, or group them together where they can be easily better dealt with?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Okay. So I pull out.
Do me a favor and roll a quick medicine check.
$16.
Okay, that gets me a baseline to work with.
Okay. So I pull out my tools and I begin to imbue this tankard of ale with the properties of that it emits an odor of blood.
Okay.
And then I proceed to chuck it away from most other people, but into an area away from anybody who would be endangered from Sturges.
Okay.
But allows us to deal with them in a timely manner.
Okay. Do you want to just chuck it back down the hole?
Would scent travel through a portal? Wait, is this a hole or a portal?
It's just it's a shaft down into the Undermountain.
I will attempt to throw it back down the hole.
Okay.
Wait, can I throw it at the troll?
You totally can.
Would it have an effect?
Probably.
I attempt to chuck it at the troll.
Don't hit Jernan.
That would be bad. Yeah, you
Can I take 10 to throw it?
yeah, well the roll you successfully made your device. It's not gonna be hard to chuck it in the direction of the troll. And two of the Sturges turn and kind of go in towards it. And you watch as the tankard, bounces off the troll, lands at the ground. The two Sturges turn and start in. Just as this woman in red velvet steps between the two of you and just flings out her hands in a fan shape, and a burst of fire engulfs the front of the troll, which also lights up all the oil that's been thrown on it so far. And the Sturges are just caught in the blast. Just by the sheer dumb luck of having followed your scent bomb. Which was really clever. So that takes that one off, takes that one off.
Nice.
And Adelina now has an action. And there's still two Sturges flittering around.
Adelina's gonna pout. I wanted to have a sword fight with these guys. And now we have to deal with these. I'm just so disappointed. So if I have to... Okay, so the Sturges are flying around, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if I swap out my weapon, I can still attack in the same round because that's like an action. I don't know. I forgot that works. Okay, so Ellie's gonna pout. She's like, okay, fine. These things are flying everywhere. So I'm gonna equip my longbow instead, and I'm just like going to fire at the closest Sturge that's nearby. So we're going to roll to see if that hits.
That'll hit.
That'll hit. All right. Fires a bow at it. Let's see what happens.
I think it's mathematically impossible. Yeah. Sturges are a pain in the butt, but they little. They are not mighty. This one that managed to survive is going to take is going to swoop down and attempt to sting. Probably Adelina. For having just blasted one out of the air, it smells fresh blood. And she easily ducks under it as it zips past. Taking us to the top of the initiative order, and that puts us on. Liz, what's Lorelai going to do in this moment? You've helped light up the troll. Miss Hatchet has taken the lead and has pointed out the Sturges are the real trouble. As soon as you come off mute, you should tell us.
Children coming in from class, I thought I should mute, but that doesn't really work. Okay.
That's fair.
Sorry. Okay, so I am going to pitch my mug at whatever Sturge is still flying around here, which we still have one, yeah?
The mug that you took from...
The same mug, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
No, it's been handy.
It has been.
Great job, so.
Hey, heavy pewter, man. Those things will... Well, actually, it might even be heavy lead, given the knowledge of the time period.
Right.
What could go wrong?
Hey, whatever. Okay.
Would explain the ADHD.
Right.
Yeah, you totally hit it.
Excellent. Okay.
And again, given that they are wee, you don't need to worry about rolling damage.
Oh, okay. Even with the mug, okay.
Yeah, they're not big. They're wee.
Excellent.
They're good in mass, but they're not exactly great for... They don't have a lot of staying power. As the last Sturge gets, plinged out of the air with a pewter mug, still half full of water, the troll begins to retreat back down the chasm below, and everyone starts to take stock of the situation. Krentz and his cohorts have left. Yagra picks herself up and kind of resets her shoulders and clamps Durnan on the shoulders. He heads back to the bar, wiping what's left of troll remains off his blade. He takes a look around to confirm that there are no more of the guys who had jumped Yagra and nods a few times, and then turns to Lillian. Not again.
What?
Things with edges, things with spikes, things that explode. Not in my bar. You get a pass because of the troll. Fair enough?
Oh, you mean the matchlock? Oh yeah, no, you're fine. What was I doing here in the first place?
I'm fine. Kids these days. Back in my day.
Lorelai comes over and puts her arm around and says, "Okay, let's get you your water," and just kind of tries to lead her over to the bar. Yeah, I owe you a water.
Oh, yeah. You really shouldn't, take other people's waters without asking. That's very rude. I was in the middle of notes. I
do apologize. It was
doing?
somewhat of an emergency. It won't happen again. Let me buy you another.
Okay.
We go to the bar.
As you're about to turn away from the table you're at and head to the bar, a gentleman steps kind of out of the crowd. He's like, no, I insist. You have more than earned an opportunity to enjoy a free libation on me.
Is he handsome?
Sir, I don't drink alcohol. It messes with my my thoughts.
The libation need not be potent. A non-potent potable is perfectly appropriate for this very venture. I just hope that you can give me a few moments of your time, as I think I have a situation that requires a particular hand in it. Is he
I'm
handsome?
sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
I think so.
What did he say?
I'm just double checking.
He says he's got a job for us. Let's go get a drink. It's on him.
Yeah, he's not a bad looking guy.
Okay.
Excellent.
Fairly smoothly spoken.
You know
grab his
what?
arm and truck towards the bar.
You know what this bar could really use is a gate to go over that hole. I hate to think of the number of people who've fallen into that thing.
He's also going to gesture at Alina and Miss Hatchet to join everyone. He's like, please, please, please.
I'd hate to think of it as well. That would technically be considered trespassing to go in without paying the gold.
Isn't there a door? There is a door. There's a
Oh,
trap door.
isn't it just an open
big
pit with
open
like an
pit.
elevator?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
no,
thought-
they should really construct a gate over this thing. It would probably keep the trolls from coming out and people from falling in.
I know. Isn't that just the most? Please, and he waves at one of the women tending the bar to bring over some trays with ale, a bottle of wine, some glasses, a pitcher of
Lovely.
water.
Actually, do they have any fruit juice?
Ah, the freshly crushed wine. I'm sure they have some.
Free wine.
Anything for the amazing individuals that helped ensure the safety of the yawning portal. I would say almost single-handedly fought back at least what? Was it a dozen? 2 dozen Sturges that had threatened every woman and man working here tonight. The story of your successes will go far.
Indeed.
Lillian points out that it was actually probably closer to 6.
16? 6 dozen? It really... How does one count these things? Especially in the thick of a fray.
Easy,
Forgive
you
me,
just
but-
count them.
I like how you think.
Forgive me, but I like to know the names of the people that I'm talking to. Who are
Oh!
you exactly?
That's entirely on me. My apologies, my dears woman. I am Volothop Gudern, chronicler, wizard, celebrity at your service.
Volothab
What was that
Gadar.
again?
Well, just
Indeed.
call me Volo.
Volo? The Volo?
Well, I don't know if I would call myself the Volo, perhaps a Volo.
This
And-
does sound familiar to me.
Well, I have written a book that I think has done fairly well.
Follow the book man.
Yes, but it was a guide to monsters that seems to have been very popular in certain circles, for which I am greatly fortunate. But you see, I've gotten into a bit of a spot. I've misplaced a friend of mine, and I'm beginning to wonder if perhaps there has been some malevolence that has befallen him.
Have you tried checking their house? I do that a lot myself, misplacing things.
Well, fortunately, he has not appeared there. But I haven't seen him for a bit. It was we were out together a few nights ago, and again, I haven't really. We parted company quite amicably, and I thought he could find himself home. I thought neither of us had quite hoisted that many sheets to the wind, as they say. But it appears he never made it there. So I'd be much appreciative if those of your clear talents could possibly do me the small and paid favor of perhaps tracking the man down before worse fates befall him.
You did say paid.
Well, yes, obviously. I mean, if those of your skills certainly would not expect to go without some sort of recompense. I can pay you 10 gold now as a way to get you started on found, and I'm certain that once Floon has been found, that 100 gold purse could be provided to the 4 of you.
So 10 gold to split or 10 gold each?
Well, 10 gold to split.
That doesn't split among 4. 12 would be better.
Ooh, do we get to fight things? I just want to fight things.
Indeed, well, I should hope. Ideally, I'm afraid the answer would be no, as ideally you'll find him asleep somewhere in some corner. In which case, please don't fight him. He'll probably be disoriented and scared.
Okay.
However, if something has, if he perhaps he has run foul of one of the many gangs and they have decided perhaps to ransom him, I'm not entirely sure why. As a kind man as he is, he's not exactly the most well-to-do of Waterdeep, or Baldur's Gate for that matter, if we're comparing. I'm not entirely confident that a fight wouldn't be in your future. Although, again, perhaps if that is a major motivation, perhaps the 10 gold is plenty, as it seems that this wonderful woman can claim part of her share simply the opportunity to make things dead.
Or even one of those gold, you can just pursue the many monsters of the Underdark. It will be no problem.
I mean, I'm pretty sure she's aware that with more gold, she can buy more weapons in which to stab things with. I'm sure she would like to get paid.
What? More gold means I get to buy more. Wait a second. Okay. Well, fighting gold.
Make it 12 and we've got a deal.
Can I roll an insight on this guy?
Absolutely. You can always roll an insight.
That will be
What would you like to know about him? I mean, so far he hasn't said anything that is not true.
has not said anything that is not true. So he's actually lost his friend.
Yes.
He does seem to be a person of upstanding character.
He never said he was a person of upstanding character. Let's be clear on that.
He is somebody likely to pay, right?
Sure. Let me put it this way. He believes he is likely to pay.
Excellent.
Okay. That's all I ask.
I think this is a grand idea. 12. Perfect.
A prestigious book author, 2 more gold is going to be nothing to you.
Well,
And I assure you,
he
my
puts the pouch
services are
down
worth
on
it.
the table that he'd already prepared for this, and then he fiddles around in this pocket, fiddles around in that pocket, pulls out a handful, goes through a couple of silver, a few more silver, and then puts 2 more gold on the table next to the sack.
All right.
Lovely.
Hatchet sweeps it up, dumps the gold into her hand, and then very quickly makes 4 piles. Just like it's a very practiced movement. She handles gold like a flower arranger handles flowers. She just like split up.
Excellent. Lorelai makes her pile of gold disappear.
Magic.
And then, well, okay, never mind. So what do you know? Who is your friend? Where was he?
Well, my friend's name is Floon Blagmar.
Oh, good God. Really?
Yes, he's got a bit more beauty than brains. I'm sorry to say.
Really?
Well, yes, he's a dapper sort, but he tends not always to make the wisest of decisions.
How do you spell that?
Wisest, Wisest, sorts.
I looked down to write that name, and I looked back up again, and there was a hat.
I don't normally redeem certain channel point rewards playing D&D, but the hat one I almost always let slide because I don't think it makes you look any worse.
I love it.
Floon,
Are there rules?
Floon,
I have a hat.
and Blagmar, Blagmar.
Okay.
And the players don't have to put that. Well, I'm not going to stop you.
With my urban bounty hunter background, would I happen to have heard of this guy? I'm willing to roll for it.
Yeah, let's let the dice decide if you have or not. Roll a quick history.
Okay.
Oh god, the hats are out now.
11.
he's not a major player in things.
Yes.
You've-
I want the horns.
The horns.
Oh, screw this graduation cap. We all did that. We're done with that.
Hold on a second.
Oh, now we've done
Something
it.
for this.
Now we've done it.
Gosh.
Wait.
Yeah, he's not someone that's a major player.
Okay.
Maybe you've come across his name as someone who knows some of the major players.
Okay.
Like he's definitely been in some of the circles. He's a friend of Volo's,
All right.
so that's been around. But he himself is not someone that is going to be overly involved in any particular events himself per se.
Okay.
He's not one that's posting bounties, nor has he been the target of any
I see.
that you've seen.
That I've seen.
That you've seen.
Does he owe anybody money? Does he have any enemies?
Not that you can remember.
Oh, I'm asking Volo.
Oh, there we go. Thank you for that.
Volo? Is Volo in the room with me? Can I speak to him?
Volo, you're on mute. Those jokes are going to make it well into 2024. That's all I know. Grandpa, how come Dad keeps joking about so-and-so still
No.
being on mute?
No, there's a black one. with
You'll
nothing
understand
on it.
later. No, not really. I mean, again, he's a nice enough fellow, but I can't think of anyone that would wish him harm.
How long has he been missing?
2 days, I believe it was now.
When's the last time you saw him?
Well, it was an evening. We were at the Skewered Dragon. I've had a bit of writer's block. You see, I have a certain manuscript that's coming due, and I'm having quite a difficulty. I'm just having a difficulty putting the things from the brain into the page in a way that's not complete shite. So I had sent word to my friend to maybe meet and see if a little bit of libation might loosen the thought process. We enjoyed a few drinks. We played some cards. And then I thought best I get some sleep and return to my efforts. That would be the last I saw him, unfortunately.
So you left the Skewered Dragon?
Yes. Which
Flew in there.
perhaps it was not best to leave him alone in that particular part of town. But yeah, he seemed like he was not, again, so far into his drinks that he couldn't find his way home.
Hatchet kind of sits back and thinks to herself for a bit. She's got like a notebook out that she's actually writing down notes for.
This is awesome. Okay.
Do I?
Skewered Dragon. How will we recognize this person?
Oh, Floon, yes. Well, he's I'm confident enough I might say a handsome man. He's in his 30s. He has, let's see, wavy red hair. He usually dresses above his station, as one tends to. So you might find him by that. And gives a few other details about what particulars. I mean, he would stick out a bit down there, given the fact that he tends, like I said, dressed above his station. But you'd think that might help.
Does he have any aliases?
Not that I'm aware of.
All right, then. I say we relocate our party to the Skewered Dragon.
That sounds like the most reasonable next move. She's gonna stand up. Where can I find you?
Oh, I'll probably be right back here. It seems that the recent events have helped spark the creative juices. And it reminds me, I need to update my entry on trolls. I had not considered the symbiotic relationship with Sturgis, but if you consider the troll's inherent ability to recreate its body over time, unless, of course, confronted with fire, and the Sturgis' desire to have blood from that body, it creates an almost a permanent, perfect ecosystem if the two ever do meet, which would explain why that. I'm sorry, I am clearly boring you.
No, I'm listening.
Hatchet.
I want to go fight stuff.
Hatchet had left, and then she comes back and like drags the rest of the group out.
Okay.
But he's talking about
No, let's go. We're going.
something about trolls?
If you want to hear
Let's
him
talk
pump,
about trolls. I'll talk to you about trolls. Would you like to know about trolls? Trolls, they smell horrible. They are disgusting creatures. They regenerate. They are, they seem to hang out with Sturgis. Have you ever seen Sturgis?
Yeah, I think we just saw them just a
Yeah,
while
like-
ago.
Prior to this, what do you know about Sturgis?
Knowledge history?
Sure.
Just trying to get him her talking. Sorry.
You're fine. That would be a 19.
If she talks to me about Sturgis, we can walk a long ways and I can just not listen about Sturgis for a really long time.
That works. We have a request to hear about somebody's character. Does anyone want to field that with a particular interesting quirk about their character this evening that has not yet been shared at the table?
Sure. My character grew up with her elven mother. And the problem is that the elven children are still children. And she is now an adult being a half elf. So that was a little rough. So that is what caused her to hit the road, because also she just annoyed the daylights out of all of her elven relatives because they're very stuffy and they look down on individuals who are not full elves. So she lived down to their expectation in a number of annoying ways. So it seemed like a good time to hit the road.
Oh my gosh. Like, yeah, all those elves are always so stuffy. When I told my parents I wanted to be an artificer, they looked at me like I was some kind of dwarf. Could you... Dwarf, sorry.
Yes,
Slip.
they're terrible.
Dwarf.
I have a
Terrible.
story for
Dwarf. God.
that. I'll share it later, though. Someone remind me.
Yep. They're no fun. They're no fun. So now humans, way more fun. Much more fun.
All right, so there we go. Thank you for that. You could set out from the yawning portal and to a couple of the equivalent of a high five from some of the patrons for your involvement in the incident of the troll that is already being talked about. It is now you're the last
Oh,
person.
if I
who
get a
passed-
high five, I'm taking a drink to go. I mean,
No one's
you know,
no one's handing you alcohol to take with you, but the last thing you hear.
if I can snag one, I will.
I mean, we just fought a troll, and is anybody gonna stop her if she takes a drink to go?
Yeah, actually, one of the girls tending the bar would kind of do the that should stay here. You can finish.
Okay,
it
well, there you go.
yeah, and the last thing you hear as you leave the yawning portal is, "I swear, you never would have thought you'd see 7 trolls clambering up out of the portal on a given night. But Durnan still got it. He took 3 of them by himself."
Lorelei, excuse me.
It's pronounced
First,
Lorelei.
Lantern, excuse me. I burned at least 4 of them. Thank you very much.
You work
Yeah,
here.
they could really use that grate. Maybe I should go back there and offer to design that for them.
Big, great. You come around, you work your way following the streets, heading towards where you believe the Skewer Dragon is located. It's, last you heard, it's down in the dock ward.
Lovely.
You turn a corner and you immediately are stopped by the presence of 3 members of the city watch who have formed a small human wall across the road, blocking it off. Past them, you can see that there are several corpses that have been lined up and a sheet thrown over each of them. There are also 3 humans coated in blood from a fight, kneeling next to 2 more of the constables.
As if they were under arrest?
As if they, yes. One of the 3 that are blocking off the road glances at you. You can go down another block. Just keep moving.
What happened here?
It's really not that important. Just a little scuffle. We're still taking some statements. Nothing you need to worry about.
Hatchet eyes the obvious corpses with sheets over them.
I want to roll investigation to try to see if I can deduce from the scene what happened.
Go for it.
This mustn't register on an emotion
23.
So you click down on the right control stick, and this pulse of yellow light goes out. with a 23, yeah, that kind of what happens.
Detective vision activate. Clue, 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 clue.
The 3 guys who are kneeling are all wearing this similar badges with their black leather armor, and they do look like they're members of the Zentaran gang.
So they're gang members.
Yes.
Anything I can gather from the corpses?
You would probably guess, since you really can't get close enough to do a proper investigation, that this was some kind of a fight between some factions.
Okay.
So possibly Xanathars, if you had to make a quick guess, since there seems to be things escalating. And you did just break up a fight between them back at the portal.
Okay. What was the name of the gang of the ones covered in blood?
Zentarum? Or the Zents?
Okay, wait. Now it's the Zents?
Yeah.
Oh, for goodness.
I turned back to the constable and was like, "Looks like you guys have been having quite a bit of gang violence around here.
Well,
Like maybe there's a power vacuum open up and they're starting to fight for territory."
well, that's what happens down in this area. They'll be taken care of. We'll get it under control.
Could I've got a bit of a knack for investigation.
That's good.
May I take a closer look?
Absolutely. Yes. What you're going to do is you're going to go that way, 5 blocks. You're going to find the watch captain. You're going to make a mark in his ledger. On the 1st of the next month, he'll bring you in for an interview.
I'm no stranger to sarcasm, sir.
Oh, no, I'm serious. If you want a chance to investigate the bodies, sign up and get a cloak.
All right. Let's go. I'm going to start walking around the other way.
Larry's like, and I'm done.
Done.
I'm done.
Done.
Hatchet was just kind of standing off to the side as though, like, waiting patiently, sort of her walking staff over her shoulder.
Adelina, doing anything interesting as you're about to move on from this particular vignette? They're already dead, so there's no fight, right?
I'm guessing just disappointed that you missed the fight.
It's okay. We can start another one. It'll be fine. Trust me, where we're going, it won't be hard.
Well, probabilistically speaking,
It's
not very likely.
possible. You work your way down a few more streets, and the roads begin to become more and more narrow, and the sun's starting to set. The most significant aspect for you as you make your way down the road is that the buildings themselves are so tall and so packed together that it's harder and harder to keep track of time, as the sunlight really only hits these cobblestones at midday. An hour or two after the high sun, the shadows become long enough to make it seem almost like twilight. As you turn a corner and start up another street towards the Skewer Dragon, you pass a shop called the Old Zablob Shop. It has a deep purple facade, and in the window hangs a stuffed beholder. It's about 2 doors down from another placard identifying the Skewered Dragon.
Okay.
Inside the story shop, you can see the proprietor is maintaining one of the display cases, or you can continue on and investigate at the Skewer Dragon itself.
You know, it's not often that you see purple buildings in this area. That's really interesting.
Or taxidermied beholders.
That too.
I look to Miss Hatchet because she's the organizer and the one who knows what's going on. Best course of action. So I'm just gonna look at Miss Hatchet and look at the shop.
Yeah, Hatchet's kind of like eyeing the shop a little bit, and when Adelina looks at her and then back at the shop, she just kind of says out loud, "It's kind of an oddity, right? Looks like something someone like Floon might have at least looked at."
I mean, I'm certainly looking at it.
I'll make this quick. She'll step in and walk up to the proprietor.
Hello.
Follow. As you step, as the bell rings as the door opens, and you know the proprietor steps down from the stool he was perched on and comes over to you. He's a gnome, so you can see where he has a wheeled stool that he's pushing around next to him to get up into all the different cabinets. He's like, "Oh, welcome, Zablob of the Old Zablob Shop. No relation to that eye tyrant hanging in the window. How can I help you?"
Zablob?
Yep.
That seems to imply that that's the name of the eye tyrant.
Well, it's a bit of a long story.
I've got time.
I do not. I would like to ask. Have you have you happened to see anybody and she like gives Floon Blagmar's description. Man in his 30s, wavy red hair.
Well dressed, yeah.
Well dressed about 2 nights ago.
He considers that, well, as much as I'm not one to argue with someone as well armored or armed as you, sometimes seeing things in this particular part of town is not exactly the best thing for business. I tend to keep just to my shop cabinets.
I see. How much coin would you like for the information?
Oh, well, it's not a matter of money. It's a matter of personal safety.
I see.
I mean, a cold dead hand is still a cold dead hand whether or not it has this full gold piece in it.
I can assure you that any information you give me will be entirely confidential.
Roll me a persuasion.
Try. Uh-oh.
Or intimidation if you'd rather.
That's a good question. Let me see which one's better. I made the mistake of opening new tabs and I don't know where I am. Okay, I got it. As it turns out, my intimidation is better, so I'm gonna go for that. 19. And it doesn't change anything about the way that she says it, but she says, "I assure you, my information will be entirely confidential." And she's got these black leather gloves on, and she just kind of clenches her hand on her walking staff, and you can hear the leather creak.
Jeez. That'll work.
What kind of cleric are you?
I tried to warn you!
She's the kind of cleric that gets stuff done.
Exactly.
Oh, mortician.
Sure. We'll go with that. He goes, well, all told, I can't think of something. If it is really just between us, I can think maybe there was a bit of a thing a couple nights ago. There was a gentleman like you described, and another gentleman, also incredibly well dressed, and almost seemed like perhaps someone from the upper parts of town, slumming it, I suppose. And they were just outside. They were jumped by some men in black armor, if I remember correctly. Now, I can't say that I truly recognize them, nor can I pick them out of a lineup. So please don't be asking the constables to ask me to do so, as again, I wouldn't know them from any other possible customer.
Since?
Well, perhaps, but I did note that one had a black tattoo of a winged snake on his neck.
Zents.
Now, I can't say with certain as to which particular individual this might be, because obviously I did not at my height, looking out the window, if I'm not up where I can see. Plus, let's be honest, the blob takes up most of the front window. Again, no relation.
So they were jumped by men in black armor. What happened next?
They were carried off, if I remember correctly.
Did you see which direction?
Wait, there were two people carried off, or just one person carried off?
Oh, the two of them. The one you described, and he was with another fairly well-to-do gentleman. I would say I didn't really get a good look. They were dragged down the street a short distance, I suppose, and then they were out of sight.
Volo did not mention this.
Well,
Volo?
remember.
Yeah, the bookman.
The Volo?
Yes.
No,
I have his book.
He just said that there were only two of them, but you're clearly describing that there's a third person that he did not mention. Because he never mentioned that they were jumped. So that would imply that there was a third person.
Maybe he met this third person after Volo left.
Quite possible. Quite possible. Can I interest while you're in the shop? Have you understood the important properties of a magical amulet of protection?
Yes. I've made a few myself.
Are you looking for a distributor?
No, they don't serve a lot of interest for me. Honestly, I'm not much on the magic side. I'm more the mechanical side of things. Like, I was looking at your stool here, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. I will say that it's at some, like, it's a common occurrence that Hatchet turns around mid-conversation and leaves the room and then comes back and drags her out.
I feel like I need to go see what sort of unsavory elements might be found in the skewered dragon. See if I see anyone who might understand a bit of thieves' cant and find out what they might have seen.
Find out who this third person was.
Okay.
If there's anyone monitoring the rooftops, let them know that I'd be interested in purchasing information.
Okay. Are you waiting for everyone else before you head off in that direction, or is this like Lorelei is going to go solo for a moment?
Well, it seems as if Mrs. Hatchet seems to be our person in charge. So I'm going to suggest that I'm thinking I'll head over and see what sort of unsavory element I might find there and contact and get us a little more information. But probably it'd be best to go alone.
Okay.
Where are you all headed?
Well, I was gonna go to the Skewered Dragon as well, but you can
No problem. I'll just go.
you can just act like you don't know me.
Backup would always be appreciated.
I'm sure it would be.
All right. I will proceed then and see you there shortly. Are you going to
You're going
herd
by-
these
wait,
other?
You're going
somewhat
by
fickle-
yourself? but
I can bring a friend. Would you like to come with me?
yeah.
Hatchet puts
Oh,
a hand
good.
on
I'm gonna
Ada.
link arms, and we'll go together. It'll be adorable.
Yeah.
She,
Can't a friend go by alone?
wrong with this plan.
Hatchet turns to Lillian and says, Adelina's going to love it there.
Lovely. We burst through the doors.
And you
And what
remember.
do we see?
I will actually read the box text for this one.
Lovely.
The Skewered Dragon looks like a ruin. Both of its front-facing windows are smashed, and the ship's anchor is lodged in the roof. Inside, you spot a group of haggard patrons drinking from huge tankards.
All right. Who is the most?
They all kind of look up and simultaneously they all sort of look up from their drinks as the two of you burst into the doorway.
Excellent. Gentlemen, who would like to buy me a drink? No takers? Fine.
They all kind
Then no songs for you.
of, they kind of
I'll
glare.
walk to the bar.
One of them takes a sip and kind of glances at you from out of the side of his eye. Right. So that particular ship's anchor seems rusted. Give me a quick intelligence. Let me double check. Yeah, call it an intelligence check. So just click here, just the intelligence +2.
Oh, that's rough. Maybe shouldn't have drank that last flagon of whatever.
Yeah. And you, no clue what he just said.
No clue.
Not a clue.
Okay. Proceed to the bar.
And can I also do an intelligence check? Even though
I don't believe you are practiced in Thieves' Cant.
oh, it's case official thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
How unfortunate. Oh, well.
Yeah, the barkeep kind of watches you. Goes, well, since you're buying your own, what would you two have, and why on earth would you find yourselves in this particular dark den of decrepitude?
Is it dark?
That's a
Explain
good
to me.
point. Ear wants to remind you guys that you do have a relatively full book of fate that you may tap as needed.
Oh. Can I re-roll that?
Unless the party says otherwise. I think you can.
That's good. Oh, Jesus. Really?
Not much better.
For God's sake. Just teach me to drink, you know?
Yeah,
Just
you
stop.
are a few pints in for the evening.
You. You.
Barkeep looks at you and takes a look at the rippling biceps of your companion. So, yes, indeed. What can I do for you too? Preferably, perhaps, to get you out of here before something escalates.
Really? Well, actually, now that you mention it, there's a red-headed gentleman that we've been looking for. That was in here. What was it? Oh God, I'm asking you. Last night? And we wondered if he was conversing with any of your regulars. Would have been a more well-to-do gent, someone who you would not expect to see in this locale.
No, yeah, I may remember something like that.
See, information would avoid mayhem. Meet Mayhem. This is my friend Mayhem.
That's a fair point. I can respect that. One more time, Liz, why don't you throw down an intimidation check, please. Let's see how concerned he is about mayhem.
Okay, then.
With that 16 strength.
There it is.
Yeah.
I'm not smart and I can't understand thieves can't, but I can intimidate a bartender.
But you know how to put this, you know how to make this guy
terrorizing
fear.
Well, okay, no, she can intimidate a bartender, which is fine.
Well, that's, I mean, again, where does intimidation originate? Is it in the sword or the person holding it?
It's the same person.
Indeed. Well, yes, you know, but just calm down before this gets any more serious than it has to get. Yes, I kind of remember 2 nights ago there was such a gentleman in here. He met with one gentleman for a while and they played cards and drank, and then one left and another one showed up, just some spoiled noble who came in, and then the two of them left together about an hour or so later.
All right. And who in this room should I talk to about this information?
What more do you want to know?
Who took him?
Well, now we've heard that there were some other gentlemen that left right behind them. Black leather armor. They'd been here playing cards themselves, and as soon as that friend of yours and his other friend left, they left right behind him. You know, I've seen them around. You might check a warehouse down on Candle Lane.
All right, that is some useful information. Thank you so much. I don't feel like we need a drink. What do you think?
Nah, I want to just go see where this goes.
Well,
And besides, didn't you already take a drink to go?
perhaps too many. We'll be back if this doesn't pan out. Anything else you'd like to tell us?
Well, you should look for, there's a snake symbol on the door that I saw them working out of. That just so you know where you're headed.
Snake.
Great. We're hoping to not have to ever come back here.
Fair enough.
Very good. All right, let's go.
And you meet
Head
up
on
with
out.
your party. Kitties.
All right. So we have. I don't know what we have.
What do we have? So are we ready to head down into Candle Lane?
Candle Lane, and we're looking for a snake symbol. What do you guys think? Pursue this?
Sounds like a hideout for the Zentarum. And there
Well,
are
they have
primary. Oh god, words don't
Antagonists?
work.
Words, freaking words.
Suspects, primary suspects.
Ooh,
Same
also
thing.
sounds dangerous too. Also, Lorelai was so cool, and she was like intimidating, and she got information, and she was so cool. And now we're gonna
Honey,
go
it
do
was
things.
not me that was intimidating. It was you standing next to me that was intimidating.
Huh?
That was all you, girl. hmm This was excellent teamwork. So good. I quite enjoy your company in these situations. It's so
Aw, thank you.
hopefully next time we'll successfully start a brawl. Especially if it's in Tarum, okay, they're all bets are off. Just saying. So that's who we're looking for. But I'm thinking maybe I might scout ahead a little bit and see what I can find out before we just, charge in and cause chaos.
I guess that would be the smarter thing to do, I guess.
Because we don't want them to run away. Because if they saw you coming, they might just run. And then you would have no fight.
Oh, that's a good idea. It's a good idea. Shall we then?
What do we think? Go to like maybe 1 block away, and then I'll sneak ahead and see what I can find out. This is a possible thing.
Sounds reasonable.
It sounds agreeable so far to everybody. No one's jumping in with a complaint with the plan, so I take that as a generally good sign.
Is it dark yet?
It's getting there rapidly.
Before you head off, Hatchet will put a hand on your shoulder and whisper something that you can't quite hear. And you shimmer briefly with a golden light, and she casts guidance.
Ooh. What was that?
Yeah. It'll give you add a D4 to your next skill ability check.
Ooh. Nice. Do we want to walk past first? And then I'll skulk back so we can all have a look. We could just drunkenly proceed down the aisle. I'm pretty good at that right now.
I could take a break.
Refresh.
Refresh.
dagger, but all I found was a crown.
I always have the best sound effects when I come back live.
A dagger.
I was looking for a dagger, but I found a crown. Okay.
Sometimes that's how it goes.
Oh, Momo, your camera's off.
I'm shoving pizza in my face. Is it okay?
Yes.
come-
We just had this conversation. Like, you can eat on stream. It's just mute yourself while you're eating so nobody has to listen to you chew.
Pretzels
Okay.
dipped in peanut butter.
Oh, not nearly as good as pretzels and hummus.
Yeah.
Not nearly as good as Ritz crackers, peanut butter, and sriracha.
Mm.
Crap, now I'm getting hungry. Okay. And I do apologize for those that missed the last show. I muted it on my end so I could cough, and I forgot to unmute, and then we had a brief wrap-up. Nothing significant happened after that other than we went, hey, let's take a 5-minute break. So you didn't miss much from me, at least. But I do appear to be back on the audio, so that's a good sign. Every once in a while, the DM rolls a 2 on his check. So, on that note, you've tracked Floon, as it were, to this part of the dock ward, where you're fairly confident he was jumped while in the company of someone and dragged off down Candle Lane. It's not hard to find the warehouse with the black snake painted on the side of the door. It's a 2-story building. The upper story is even with the street, and there's a set of stairs that goes down the side of it to a yard behind the building, 1 story down. How would you like to go about investigating it? Nope,
Can you repeat that one more time?
Yeah, but I'm actually gonna. If you've got the Jamboard in front of you,
Oh.
I can real quick give you a quick sketch.
Only theoretically. As soon as I can find the Jamboard.
So, yeah, so there's the street level, and so there'd be a door there. Find my map.
Map. Where's the map?
So there's that. And so the building, again, this is a quick rough sketch. And there's a yard down there. And there's a path that leads down to the gate. And then there's another building here.
So there's like 2 levels to the building.
Right. So if you go down to the yard, you'd be on the lower level. And then there's the main level up here where the door that goes out onto the street.
Okay.
Windows?
Yes. There are a couple of windows up here. Those are the circles versus the boxes.
Okay.
They're boarded over.
Of course they are.
Glass is
Can,
expensive. The Glaziers Guild is not the easiest to work with. So
Can Hatchet take a
If they would use proper heating technique, they could.
true. What's that, Danae?
Can Hatchet take a quick walk around just around the block and just kind of case the joint, like see if there's any guards or anything?
Yeah, absolutely. To walk the building or walk the full block?
Like she wants to make it look like she's not interested in the building. So she'll like go down the block, then like take a turn at some street and then come back the other street. Basically just to make a big circle.
So you're going to keep your distance but not look like you're keeping your distance.
Yeah.
Okay, 1 casual walk. Yeah, you can take that walk. Give me a quick investigation check.
Okay.
While Hatchet's off doing that, what's everyone else up to?
Can I possibly do a perception instead?
Sure.
My perception is so much better than my investigation, but it doesn't help when I roll as poorly as I do. I got a 9.
Okay, you all right, we can work with that. What's everyone else doing? Well, Hatchet indicates that she's going to head off for a short jaunt.
So she's going towards the yard or down the street?
Yes. So probably out, around, down here,
Oh, so
over there.
She's casing the place.
Yeah.
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 I kind of want to wait for Hatchet to come back before really formulating any plans.
I have lost my character sheet. But I'm smart.
Do you need a link?
I do.
I have links.
I'm sorry.
No,
Figured
that's
how to use the
fine.
laser pointer.
Trying to check my scores and somehow just like, well, it's gone.
Adelina's gonna go down the stairs and go by where the yard is.
Oh God, don't let her go alone. I'm gonna go with her.
Yeah, I don't.
Walk on
It's
down.
like it's Miss Hatch like I'm gonna carefully no. Adelina's no.
Or now, are we sneaking down, or are we just striding down to the locked gate? with,
I'm
like-
just casually walking down. Sorry guys.
Sleep
That's
plans.
just Adelina.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh,
Not everyone leans on stealth. Okay. You get down to the bottom of the pathway, and there is a gate that would let you into the stockyard. And there's a large, this is a big loading door, and there's a smaller like access door, or actually that's a window there. What's your intention for getting past the fence? Just break the lock on the gate and throw it open, or?
Hey, wait! Just let me attempt a thieves' tools unlock.
Remember your guidance.
Yes.
Um,
So you can add a D4 when you make this check if you want.
I don't know where I make the check. I'm sorry.
It would be actually it's not. There's no longer a thieves tools. You would just roll sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand.
So down your skill list, you have a +2 in it.
Ooh.
I'm sorry, I don't know where that would be.
Under skills, just go down till you find sleight of hand. It's between religion and stealth.
So, do you see
Oh,
the at the bottom right hand corner? There's like a circle with some squares in it.
There's a lot of circles and squares with this sheet.
Yeah.
To be fair.
So, it's like a red button with some squares in it.
Well, yeah.
Like
there-
it's pretty much where like your inside history, athletics.
Yep.
The sleight of hand is in that whole list of like I guess what are those like
Oh,
skills?
I found it. Okay, got
there
it.
we go.
You got it.
We got it.
Okay. I didn't know she was in the right panel or not.
She does not need help. I'm gonna roll my d4 anyway. I don't care. Yeah, helping.
Woo!
+4.
There may or may not have been a lock at one time.
Excellent.
It's hard to say. And
She
you
just steals the lock.
she waves your hand. The lock is gone.
Can I do a perception check before proceeding? So
Absolutely. Please perceive away. Anything in particular you're looking for?
if there's any people around or if anything else looks suspicious or if it looks, okay, I'm checking to see like if the yard is like abandoned or empty. And I got a 12.
Can someone explain to me why I'm following the fighter in this endeavor?
It's a good question.
Meat shield?
Out of concern.
Out of concern,
Okay,
I guess
that's fair.
I guess I'm just at the street still waiting for
Waiting for everybody to come back.
Mrs. Hatchet to come back.
Where did everyone go?
I think that Hatchet finishes making her rounds, and she like stops in front of Lillian. She's like, "Where's everybody else?"
That's
They
hurry.
went down to the yard.
Could go poorly.
I think I have a feeling something bad's about to happen. Maybe we should stay right here
Hatchet
in case we need to make a distraction.
like as soon as Hatchet realizes that they're not here, just like immediately like grabs her and just like, "Okay, we gotta go."
Well, no, wait. I'm trying to say like blah blah blah.
Okay, so
You know, you're trying to pick up like a 6'3" elf, right?
I've got some pretty good strength.
I think she can drag you along. Adelina doesn't notice anything out of place. The yard had some traffic in it. Things have come, they've gone. Yes.
Do I notice anything? My
Not-
perception sucks, but I could try.
Absolutely, you can roll it. -1. We have a rogue with a -1 in perception.
I got other
Nice.
skills. Other skills.
I'm supposed to be the one that's good at perception. I'm just rolling poorly.
See?
I have pretty good perception.
Elves are historically pretty
I'm
good at
dexterous
perception.
but oblivious.
You just have to. I mean, I'm great at investigation. I'm just oblivious.
I hear that. You do think you hear something moving around inside the warehouse.
Goody. Any windows or like cracks and crevices we can peek through?
You can maybe force the door open a bit, or you can peel some of the paneling off one of the windows.
I vote for peeling paneling.
Wait, are we in the yard or?
They are in the yard. You two, I believe, are coming down the path about nowish.
Wait, so who broke the lock open?
That would be our rogue.
Oh, I thought. Oh, now I understand what
It's
you meant
such
by.
a crass term.
They're like down here in the yard, and like we
No,
were,
I was just under the weird misunderstanding that she had failed the lockpick and
Oh.
that.
No.
not even close.
She
and-
didn't just succeed. She like stole the lock.
Right. No, when you said there may or may not have been a lock here, for some reason I interpreted that as she's not even aware if there's actually a lock here or not.
Other way around.
That much.
There's
There's still half a bottle left. Look.
So
Do they-
yes.
Do they see
you-
something in the window?
Pry aboard and peek through.
Okay. From what you
Tell
can
Adelina,
see,
shh.
from what you can see as you peek in, you can pick out what looks like a body of a man in black, slumped up against one of the crates. There's a pool of red blood underneath him. You think you hear other motion inside, but you don't spot from looking in this particular window. You don't see anyone moving around. But you can definitely hear something as someone or something is poking around and opening crates and stuff.
Have me and Mrs. Hatchet caught up?
About now, yeah, you two will be
Yeah.
you and Miss Hatchet will be coming into the yard.
All right, I'm
Out
gonna.
of curiosity, are you sneaking down or striding down?
That would be a Wings question. She's the one dragging me.
Good question. Hatchet would like try to keep it quiet, which is bad because she has disadvantage to that.
And unfortunately, Lillian is trying to explain what her original plan was.
Okay. Go ahead and really quick throw those 2 d20s just to kind of see how
Let's just see what happens.
Let's just see what happens.
Let's see what happens. I gotta roll twice. Hold on. One of those is a 5 on the dice, so that's fun.
I got a 13.
Oh, and the other one's a 3. Even worse.
Okay.
Hatchet, why are you so bad at rolling?
So I'm taking it.
Yeah.
I hear a racket coming down the stairs.
Yeah, you can hear the clank of the armor.
I'm gonna take, kind of go like to Adelina, like against the wall. Here comes victims. Just wait, and we're gonna sidle over to the door and wait for someone to come through the door to investigate the racket.
Oh, wait, we got to reroll.
I'm refunding that one. It's not a good investment. She's rolling with disadvantage.
It's true.
Not a good investment. Save your points. Save your points.
I mean, I did just re-roll it and I got a 12
Oh.
instead.
Crap, I
That
already
wasn't
refunded
bad.
it too. Okay. We'll roll with that then. Ear, keep watch. We're not counting another one for 15 minutes. I'm setting a timer. Since the cooldown's not automatic. If I decline it. But okay. You hear them coming, but you're not sure anyone else has. You can still hear motion inside the warehouse as something or someone's are moving around. And kind of like you can hear like a clicking sound that you don't entirely recognize, like a clack or a click.
All right. Sidle over to the door. We sidle over to the door and see if I can peek in the door.
So this is the warehouse storage door. You're going to have to slide it
Right.
to get a peek.
So we want a
Stealth?
again.
Sure.
All right.
Yep. You managed to get it just a few inches. You glance in. And the first thing you spot is another body lying face down on the ground right in front of the door with a pool of blood around it. He's wearing the same black leather, and you can spot from your position that same winged snake tattoo. As you watch, a short figure with a long beak protruding from underneath its hood quickly skitters across your vision and off to the left from where you are. And you can hear that sound as it's communicating in some kind of a way with something else. Like it's clacking its beak.
Whoa. Okay.
Oh, geez. Have you ever seen like a shoe bill clack its beak?
Mm-hmm.
Like if these things are that big, I imagine that's what it sounds like.
It's probably about the size. It's bigger than a halfling, shorter than a half elf.
You ready for a fight? Do you want to fight something?
Yes. Wait, is there something in there?
There's
Because I
something in
I couldn't know what you were saying. So I'm
There,
like,
there's more than one something in there. There's something with a little thing with a big beak, and there's something bigger shuffling around in there.
I'm gonna knock on the door.
Boom, 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 boom.
You had to
I'm
tell
gonna
her.
step behind her.
You had to tell her.
You hear a mad
did.
scramble of sound, followed by silence.
Ooh. I'm telling you, they're in there. They're definitely in there.
We just want to talk.
Liar!
I just want to talk.
Bite. To no one in it. Out of character. It's my sword that does the talking.
You beat on the door again, and you're met with that continued silence, and quickly realize with your with some experience in fighting, that you've now hit a bit of a stalemate. You're clearly waiting for them to come to you, and they're probably waiting for you to come in.
Freaking great.
Hatchet's gonna turn around, go back up the stairs, and go to the other door.
I'm gonna ask Lorelai.
Wait, am I still being dragged by Hatchet?
She'll let you do what you want.
She's like, shit.
I like to imagine just like I'm still kind of like blabbing the original plan, and you just immediately 180 run back up to the stairs while tracking me along. And it's just like, oh, now you listen.
Hatchet doesn't like really run anywhere. It's always like this like death march glide.
It's the EMT run. They're not running. They're walking with significant purpose.
Right.
Exactly.
No, I like to think that you're still kind of like you haven't the thought hasn't like reached your mind to like let me go, and you're still like dragging me along, and I'm just now you're listening to what my plan is.
So Miss Hatchet gets up to the street, and then I'm assuming you're heading straight for the door.
She's gonna like stop right in front of the door and say, Rogueling, do you have any explosives?
Yes.
She just gestures at the door.
Hold on a second.
The
I'm
most
going to
the most immediate thing you could do is simply shoot the door latch.
Oh no, like I've got dynamite.
Nice.
I'm so pleased. That was a long shot. I'm like, it's an artificer.
Let's
Hold on.
go.
If they,
Of course there's
Is
explosives.
this is just a
Unless-
sliding door, yeah?
right,
Yeah,
like a barn door.
okay. I've got blasting powder.
Okay, while this is going on, I'm gonna grab the back of the sliding door so I don't have to step in front of the door to pull it. I'm just gonna pull the door open. But I'm not gonna step into the opening.
Okay,
You know what I mean? If you pull the back of the door, you can open the door without standing in front of it.
right. So you're kind of walking back with the door as it opens.
Yes.
Got it. Not a problem.
No response?
Not just yet. You get in a position, you start to pull the door open. And you're now presented with the... Excuse me, in that moment, you're presented with the... There it is. That's what I need. The warehouse. You can just make out off to the side. There's a set of stairs that goes up. And there's a balcony. I'm going to put the balcony in red. That runs along there. And along there. So this balcony. And there's a crane. And... yeah, and there are crates like everywhere. You don't immediately spot any action or motion as you take stock of the room. Balcony also continues along here, and then I'll re-emphasize that stairway down. So there's the stairs, and then there's a wall there.
Do I notice the bodies now?
Yes, now you will see 2 dead bodies.
I wasn't sure if Lorelai had communicated that information.
I don't think she
I
had.
not. I just said there were things to fight.
Only 2 dead bodies for now.
As a party, we haven't done a lot of communicating.
Nope, there's been a lot.
I beg to differ. I've been doing a lot of communicating. You guys just
know
have
what?
not
Fair
been
enough.
listening very
Well,
much.
no, let's be clear. You've been doing a lot of talking.
Talking is a form of communication.
Not necessarily.
So, wait. So we're in the yard.
Right.
Yes.
And I
You
just
guys-
pulled
you guys
open
are
the
down
door on the right or the door towards the top?
Yeah. So this door is now open.
Wait, which door? Okay, that door.
Oh, that
Gotcha.
door.
That
Okay,
door.
gotcha.
So now you guys
Okay.
can look in here
And see the dead body.
and see the dead bodies. You're up to 2 now.
Oh, yeah, right. And we don't see any clacky, beaky thing or whatever
Nope.
big shuffling thing.
No, but there are there are crates. There's some crates underneath the balcony here, and there are crates on the balcony there, and
Balcony. Okay.
there was a
I
dead
have a
body over
question.
here with some crates. And what's up, Wings?
Your blasting powder. How does that work exactly? Can you can you basically toss it like a grenade?
Oh no, I basically would probably fill a canister full of it and then draw like a trail of it behind me at a distance and then strike it. I would
Okay.
actually like to. Okay, so let me ask the DM a question.
Please.
I would like to. I would like to do a perception check, but I want to be listening out for the most opportune time to set off the blasting powder.
Okay.
So, like, if our compatriots in the warehouse find themselves in danger, is there a way that I could perceive that and set off the charge?
Give me a roll, but you'll have to impress me given the amount of wood, lumber, and space between you to really have a great sense for what's going on for them.
14.
You really can't quite make out what they're doing at this point from where you are. You're going to have to make your best guess that now seems like a perfectly opportune time to blow the door open.
I look at Miss Hatchet.
Cover's already blown.
I strike my tinderbox and light the fuse.
The bit of blasting powder burns its way quickly to the door and has that brief moment where you watch as it zips up the line you left, and then nothing happens. That briefest of instants, and then the door explodes. At that exact moment, the entire block shakes.
Oh.
And there's no doubt in anyone's mind present that there has been a boom boom.
We're going to need to make this quick. And then Hatchet will rush in through the cloud of smoke and basically look for any sort of danger.
I'm following closely behind and reloading my pistol.
As you're doing that, 4 figures start to charge out the door right past the rogue and the fighter.
Aha!
One actually leaps off of the balcony and throws her arms out and half glides to the ground.
Squirrels!
Get him!
Similarly, yeah.
Squirrel!
So Hatchet and Lillian are up here at the doorway, facing a short hallway that, from what you can glean, and I'll absolutely allow, leads straight into the warehouse proper. I think we're in a good spot to roll initiative.
Alrighty.
How we doing? We're right there. This is like, unless something weird happens, this is going to be perfect.
Oh, poo.
Now here's the other good news. Before you got left,
Initiative sucks.
before you left the yawning portal, you were healed back to full health by patrons at the portal.
Bonus.
They were not going to send you. There was some impressed. You guys fought off a troll with everyone.
That's what that high five was.
Yeah.
High 5 and 2 hit points. Thanks.
Something like that. So Lorelei comes in at 7.
I lost my list again. Oh, how annoying. Okay.
20. And Adelina at, don't think of it as being last. Think of it as getting a chance to read the room before you act.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's not what I want.
The first of these creatures is going to make a dead run straight at Adelina. Just, it's going right at her. Has a short sword out and just crashes in. She takes a step back, throws up a few parries, and is holding her own against it. So that's actually, technically, that's number 4 on the list. And this is where you get your first good look at it. It looks something like a were creature, like maybe a were raven in a hybrid form, but not. Like, it's not quite feathery enough. It's more birdy. Which then Lillian is out on the street. What is she up to?
Can I make it to the balcony? Because I'm following Mrs. Hatchet in.
You hold action to follow Mrs. Hatchet?
Well, I mean, as soon as the door blasted off, she was running in.
Okay. Yeah, you can make it to the balcony.
So we're at the balcony. What do I see?
You see 4 of these figures making their way out the main yard, out the door to the yard, away from the blast.
Okay, you mentioned one that was midair.
Yeah.
Are they still midair?
They're about to land as you come around that corner.
I'm going to draw a pistol, take aim, and fire at them.
All right. Take the shot.
11.
And it's not going to hit, unfortunately.
Bang.
It fly again, that wonderful bang sound. Another one's going to go after Adelina and try to fight his way out the door. And it's going to land, 8 points of damage. As Adelina is forced to give ground to it. And starts to feel a little outclassed. The other one is going to take advantage of the opportunity it has to go after Lorelei. And is not going to have any appreciable effect. So what's Miss Hatchet doing in this moment?
Hatchet's going to do another thorn whip against the closest one.
Okay, that would be the one that had just landed.
It's like, nope, get back up here.
So that's 2, that's 4. There's Lorelei. There's 1 and there's
7.
3.
Don't worry about it.
Ooh, that's unfortunate. How's Lorelei doing?
Okay, so one of these things just took a swing at me and missed.
Yes.
With what?
A short sword. It's like it has like this. It looked like maybe kind of like a wing that ends in a hand. It's got wrapped around the hilt.
Unpleasant. All right, so I'm going to
Copy. Here. This will be a great way to give you a sense of what you're fighting. I can do that.
What did you do?
Ah.
That is most certainly not a squirrel.
I told you it had a beak.
How
Not a
did it
squirrel.
glide? The aerodynamics of that thing should not necessitate gliding.
All right, then. We're going to go with the short sword first.
Okay, give me damage. Which one's the one on you again? That would be number 1.
Then do I have two-handed fighting? I do. So 2 weapons, so then I get a dagger as well.
Well, first pop your sneak attack.
Oh, sneak attack first. Okay, then.
Since you are within 5 feet of a comrade.
I don't know where that is. I'm sorry.
It's a d6. It's the bottom of your sheet. If I remember right. Really, guys? Really?
He can fly now.
Really? Now you're just rubbing it in.
I can't find it.
What are we looking for?
Under actions, under all, go
Oh,
down
there
to...
it is. I found it. Wait, how do I?
Just click on the d6 box.
There's no. Oh, there it is. Just kidding.
So you might actually finish this guy off just in the one shot.
Oh, Lord help me. Okay.
Jeez. Yeah, that's... He has been summarily dispatched.
Lovely.
I'll teach him to take a swing at you.
Right.
He gets mildly distracted by Adelina's proximity. He turns to defend himself against a wayward blow from her and takes your dagger right into his kidney.
Excellent day.
Number 2 is going to... Well, so you did make it. You already rolled your dagger attack, right?
I did.
Go ahead and roll damage on that to the other one that's right there.
Okay.
I'll let you split. Rogues. I hate them. Little walking piles of damage.
But we love you.
Yeah. All right, this one just saw you drop his buddy. He's gonna come charging at you and is not cool with it. Ow.
So sorry.
And it's gonna connect for 7.
Oh no. Okay. Fortunately, I have a giant fighter near me. Yes, please.
Ouch.
Speaking of giant fighter,
Please dispatch this.
Just remember that Giant Fighter has a third of their health.
It's fine.
that's
It's
fine.
fine.
Don't worry, it's
Tis
fine.
but a scratch.
Flesh wound.
Let's see. So
You've got 4, 3, and 2 are swarming in on you and trying to get out the door that you are currently blocking.
I'm going to try to attack number 4.
Good call.
Who's already hurt?
Already hurt. That's the one that Lorelei just stabbed.
I'm mad. You hurt my friend.
Squish it.
Whoa. Oh wait, I forgot. It's like right here. I take out my hand axe. And oh, that was like 15?
That'll hit.
15 hits. I take out my hand axe and
Crush
slash
him.
at it for
Jeez.
Adelita. Adelita is so mad. She's so mad.
Like Lorelei stabs with the dagger. It turns to look at Lorelei. It turns back and just sees axe coming at its forehead. And squish. What's Lillian doing as this carnage is unfolding?
I am going to draw my sickle.
Oh, good. I was afraid you were going to take notes.
I am going to. Which ones are still alive? 3 and 2?
3 and 2.
I'm going to. And I can see them, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to take a bonus action to Misty Step behind number 3.
Oh.
I hate elves.
Wait, are you in Eldrin?
Yep.
What season are you in?
What was it? Spring?
It's exciting. Sorry, that's it. I like Eldrin.
Yeah, I think it was spring. And I'm going to.
All the misty steps.
Hey, at least I only get 1 per short rest.
Oh,
so.
I know. Trust me,
Um,
we've all seen Jansen's.
Yeah.
I run and then I misty step and then I kick him and then I run away again.
Yeah.
And by kick she means flurry of blows too.
Now since I'm behind number 3, do I catch them off guard?
Not really.
Hmm.
Is there something particular that you need to catch him off guard to trigger?
No.
You just want the fun of knowing you caught him off guard?
I kind of want an advantage. Wait, does 5e still have catching somebody flat-footed or?
Not really.
There's it's an optional rule.
Yeah,
to do flanking.
Yeah,
but
they simplified a lot of stuff.
Well, I mean, I am very clearly flanking this person, and they're very distracted by the fact that their 2 buddies just died in
Roll
quick
your attack.
succession.
Roll your attack.
Like going from 4th edition
11?
to 5th edition, they made advantage a whole lot better.
They did.
So they couldn't grant it for everything.
I would say that you're not quite there, but there's plenty. Do you want to twist fate a bit to get a reroll?
What does party think?
Yes.
Do it.
You got plenty.
Okay, I'll twist the fate.
Uh,
9.
womp womp.
Oh. We need to twist something. These guys hit hard.
They
There's
do.
only 2 of them left. Who can handle it?
They do. Speaking of which, 3 is going to take a disengage action. Oh, wait, we got before we moved on. One more roll on the that sickle attack.
Yeah.
That's why ear hangs around.
8. Do it again here. I bet I can roll lower.
It's on cooldown now. It's on cooldown.
Oh no.
The good news is your next roll should be 7.5. So if we can continue the trend,
Yeah.
which is impossible. So maybe we shouldn't try to break the RNG with that.
This finishes.
So wait, if the die lands on its edge, that means it's that number and a half?
Sure. Okay. So number 3 is going to take a disengage to get out of melee. That's its action. And then he's going to make a full move run down that pathway. And one is going to do the same thing. They're both taking a disengage, and they're making mad dashes out of there. They have no desire to stand and fight.
We just want to talk.
As she pries her axe out of one of their skulls.
That exactly.
Comes to Hatchet, you can see them making their way like through the gates and hanging up the side of the building.
Can I get within 30 feet of one?
You'd have to jump. Nah, unless you want to jump off the balcony.
I'll take it.
Okay,
I can take it.
give me an appropriate roll to jump off the balcony, drop 6 feet, and keep going.
I'll do an athletics to tuck and roll.
All right.
Ah, fuck. I got a 4.
Well, there's one of our 3.
Ear just threw some more points into the book. Do you want to twist the fate again?
I'll take the fall. It's fine. This is fine.
No.
Hatchet
problem.
Hatchet does like a really cool kip over the railing, and then just smashes into a crate.
You know, what's 3 points of damage, right?
It's fine.
Yeah. All right. You finish your move. You've got 30 feet to him.
I'll stand up and do a thorn whip at one of them.
Okay.
And she shouts, "Take one alive." 10 doesn't hit.
Nope.
All right, and nobody's near them, right?
No. Well, they can catch up to him if they use their move.
Gotcha.
Lorelai, what you doing?
Catch up to one.
Chase one down?
I will chase one down and try to tackle it.
Okay.
Using acrobatics.
You just got to make an attack roll.
Oh, come on. Okay, which attack?
Well, you know what? Roll your
Roll.
acrobatics. Roll your acrobatics. What the heck?
I got a better score with that. So
Roll it to see if something interesting happens. Okay. Okay. So you
backflip, vault, tackle. Tackle move. That's the goal.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. It's on here somewhere. There it is. All right. Okay, now I need you to give me a strength check.
Oh boy, that's not as good.
Yes, she's at 3 out of 10, but she's not giving up. That's not how she rolls.
But
And he's gonna he's gonna resist with. Well, he's gonna resist with whatever's better. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so you got him.
Yay! Now what do I do with him?
I mean,
Get him!
I love. Did you say anything and I just missed you saying that you rolled a natural 20?
No, I just rolled it. I figured you could read.
I'm over here looking up everything. I was like, oh, nat 20. Yeah, I think you got this one.
That was a crit success. By the way.
So I do it with flair. And then I'm going to scream, get him, get him, get him. Jump at him because you told me to, and now I don't really want him because I only have 2 hit points. So somebody get him.
Yeah. And number 2 is going to continue his efforts to get out of dodge. If he can.
Help.
So 2 continues to run up the side of the building and out of sight. But you've got 1 pinned down. Or rather, you've got, quote, number 3 pinned down.
I guess, are we still in initiative?
Not really.
I'm going to run up and hog tie him with
Okay.
the rope that I have.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you.
I'm gonna walk with my bloody axe, dragging behind, saying, "We just want to talk."
For the record, Adelina has said nothing else this combat.
Oh, I love her. She's great.
She's definitely-
After hog tying, I look up and notice that Lorelei and Adeline are both bleeding. Most of it, their blood. I would like to use. I can use my Tinker's tools to perform medicine. Yes, as a spell. I believe that's something an artificer can do. It's just that in order to perform the spell, it has to be through the instruments.
Oh my god.
that would be your third tinkering. I
Is
just said,
it?
well, no, it'll be your second tinkering because you did, because you blew the door. That was not technically tinkering. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
You're trying to
Cool
recreate
medicine.
like a healing cantrip?
No, it would be more like suturing.
Okay. Yes, then totally.
So medicine.
Yep.
As
I lost my license for a reason.
oh my
Yep.
god.
Yep, you did.
I'm gonna re-roll that.
That's fair.
18.
Okay. The bleeding has been stopped.
Oh,
Thank you.
thank you.
As Lillian tends to the others, Hatchet's going to drag the bird creature back into the warehouse and start questioning them.
I'm gonna go. Common, mother clucker. Do you speak it? We need some information. I'm not sorry, by the way.
No. This will be on Twitter later.
This is on Twitter.
Okay. It squawks back at you. But doesn't actually have a lot to say. And then it repeats back. We just want to talk in like your exact voice.
Okay, talk. We're listening.
Does Hatchet
Lillian says that.
does, does Hatchet possibly know what a Kenku is?
Possibly. And then maybe with some mild, yeah, you're only first level though, so probably not quite as familiar. You've heard of them, the flightless non-were ravens.
Right. So, like, it says, we just want to talk in Adelina's exact voice, and she just kind of sighs and looks at the rest of you and says, Kenku. They don't have voices of their own. They can only mimic other people.
And then it repeats, mimic other people in Hatchet's perfect voice.
But it can't use the mimicry to form its own sentences.
It just sort of clicks its beak and makes a series of unfamiliar crowing sounds.
Roll
There was
insight.
something else around in here, though, I think. Didn't I get the impression that there was something larger? Or
Hard
is
to
it just
say.
something else?
Hard to say. There were 4 of them.
We don't have a lot of time before
Could have been them.
We don't have a lot of time before the authorities show up. They'll have heard that explosion. If we want to look at this place without them interfering, we're gonna have to do it now.
Oh yeah. By the way, the dead bodies? Question mark. Guys with tattoos? Possibly? Question mark. I assume. I don't know if Lorelai told me that information, but
Yeah, you can definitely see him now.
Hatchet points at the bodies and refers to the Kenku. Did you kill those guys?
It responds in a thick orcish accent. Xanathar sends its regards.
So you work for Xanathar.
I'm gonna go rummage the bodies, check pockets and jewelry and their tattoos and whatever.
Okay. They're dressed in black, similar black leather. Their weapons are non-remarkable. None of them seem to have much more than a few coppers on them. They weren't well paid. When Hatchet makes a comment about you work for Xanathar, it shakes its head very fiercely. And then repeats in that same thick orcish accent. Xanathar sends its regards.
Is that someone you were fighting?
As best as it can, it shrugs.
Hard to shrug when you got a jetpack in Batman rooms.
Yeah.
Oh, it's surprising it didn't get away with that jetpack.
All right. I want to do a quick search of the rest of the area while they're trying to question this.
It's a good
Kenku?
idea.
I'm also going to do that
Okay.
and roll. I guess roll an investigation.
Nah.
Yeah. Okay.
As you poke around the warehouse, first before you guys set out to poke around the warehouse. Are there more questions for the Kenku before as they head off?
She's gonna try and figure out who the Kenku was working for, like what happened here. We don't have to role play it out, but like
Okay.
she's just gonna do her best to get any information she can.
On that particular thread, after some back and forth and it repeating the Xanathar and random like head shaking, you start to get the gist that probably they weren't working for anyone. They just took the opportunity that there was a fight here and there were bodies to pick.
Oh, okay. So they didn't fight these bodies. They just came in here to steal shit.
Remember, kids, crime doesn't pay.
It's not a crime if they're already dead.
I mean, they. Yes. Grave robbing.
They're not buried yet.
This warehouse is their grave.
Well,
So-
I mean, they're crows. What do you really expect?
So if this Kenku was here before, does it like? It sounds like it witnessed what happened here. The Xanathar sends its regards remark is probably something that happened here previously.
Right. So it was here
Right.
long enough to overhear that.
Okay. She's going to like do that leather creaking thing on her cane again, and she says, "What else did you hear?"
On that moment, we cutscene, and Lorelai and Lillian are both making their way around underneath the balcony, and you spot a storeroom door. You push it open and find a man tied to a chair. Wait, double checking my notes. You do not. You find a man cowering in the corner of the storeroom. Is it safe?
Lorelai, you have better people skills than me.
Yes, we have defeated the enemy. Who are you? What does this guy look like?
He is dressed in fine clothes. He is not sporting the flocks of bright red hair.
Right.
I believe he's blonde. He said double checking his notes. Because there's a lot of people in this module that keep straight.
I've already forgotten who most of you are.
Actually, no. He also has red hair.
Ah.
There we go. I was
But
mistaken.
is it the hair that we're looking for?
This is not the hair you're looking for.
Something like that. But he
Is he dressed like
yeah,
fancy? Like
oh,
maybe
yes.
the friend?
yeah, he's definitely dressed well. But he's covered in like mud and grime. It looks like he's been dragged through a street. And he's hiding back in the dugout closet.
All right.
Seems
wow.
legit. Checks
He's
out.
hiding in a closet. Is he like tied up or he's just hiding?
He is not tied up, but he has been hiding.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well,
He puts his hands. Now, before you judge, there were a great many of them and only one of me, and I did not have a weapon.
completely understandable. Where's your friend?
Well, there appears to have been a bit of mistaken identity, I fear.
Explain.
I think they meant to kidnap me, and they've got Floon.
Who exactly is they?
Well, I didn't get a good look at them, as I was mostly focused on trying to get out of my bonds and find someplace safe to be. But I think
As opposed, okay.
in the scuffle, they did manage to take Floon with them when they left after they, I believe, had killed everyone here. And then I thought perhaps I could slip out, and that's when those things showed up.
The crow things?
Yes, the Kenku.
And why did they want you?
Well,
No. The truth.
I don't mean to put on airs, as one should not in these circumstances. But I believe perhaps I should introduce myself. My name is Renair Neverember.
Never heard of you.
Well, you've heard of my father, who was once the unmasked Lord of Waterdeep.
And?
Well, there's a great deal of theory about some things my father may have been involved in, which might sometimes put me at risk.
Street check.
Go for it.
17.
Yeah, that checks out.
I turned to Lorelei. It's like, yeah.
Okay. So they're after you because of something your father may or may not have done. They mistook your friend for you?
I think
The
that's what-
redhead?
I think that. Well, we both have that bright red hair, and we are both dressed like we don't belong in the dock district. It's quite possible that there was a bit of mistaken identity.
And who was this again?
Well, whoever it was that kidnapped Floon.
And you don't know who that would be.
Cutscene.
What?
Hatchet stands over the Kenku and demands more information as to who may have taken whoever was here. In a thin, nasally voice, it answers, quickly. Tie up the pretty boy in the back room. Follow the yellow signs in the sewers.
Ooh.
And then it shifts to a similar voice. No time to loot. Just get him to the boss.
I'm not in that room, am I?
Not yet, but you'll catch up shortly.
Hatchet's gonna put a gloved hand on its shoulder and say, "Thank you for your cooperation."
Cooperation?
She's gonna leave it tied.
Just want to talk.
Gonna leave it tied there, and start walking for the back room.
Fair enough. So you gather up in the back room with Rainier.
There's a moment where she's like, Black Mar?
Wait, so out of character, you just left the Kinku alone with.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Is Adelina staying with the Kenku or following Hatchet?
Poke, poke.
Just
I might
want
need
to
to
talk.
think about that.
Just want to talk.
That's a really good impression. I'm actually really, really impressed that even though your friend almost killed me, and I'm a little bit like on edge here, and yeah, I think I'm just gonna follow Miss Hatchet. We'll leave it there.
That moment of like, I better do that because otherwise I might upset everybody by murdering this thing. That might be bad.
Nicey, out of character, because I think someone made a perception that like they weren't responsible for stuff, but Adelina doesn't know that.
Which is fair. Which is
So-
fair.
It's probably more along the lines of this thing isn't going to put up a fight. I'm bored.
So I'm just like Adelina's gonna follow Miss Hatchet and clean off my hand axe.
You have an opportunity to catch up as a group, and Rainier repeats as Hatchet walks up. Rainier repeats that is finishing his story of the mistaken identity.
Okay.
And he's continuing as you approach. You need to understand, the Zentarium thinks that when my father was open lord, he embezzled a significant amount of gold. And the rumors have been maintained that they're hidden somewhere in the city. There's an artifact called the Stone of Golor, which was in the hands of the Xanathar Guild. The Zenth think I know something about where this stone has ended up, and I don't. If my father has it now, I wouldn't know where it is. He and I haven't spoken in years. We don't get on anymore.
What does the stone have to do with this?
Well,
Money.
supposedly the stone allows you to find where my father, again, allegedly hid this massive quantity of dragons he embezzled from the city.
There's like a glint in Hatchet's eye.
Well, there's a glint in a lot of eyes, I'm guessing.
Wait, stole dragons and hid them in the city?
The coins are called dragons.
Oh.
Sorry.
I get it.
I don't really like that so much, but it makes some sense. And again, I don't know where this thing is, which on the one hand, if I did, I would happily divulge his location to help rescue Floon. He's a kind man, it's not always quite playing with a full deck of 3 dragon ante, but he has enough cards there for a good evening. But still, this isn't anything I would wish on him.
Are you going to be able to get home okay?
I should be able to manage once I get out of here.
Excellent. All right, everybody. We're going into the sewers.
Hey, the
are you
sewers!
Hey, go.
When there's insect
after
we can fight
9.
there.
She says that and then just turns around and leaves. She does a lot of just saying things and then leaving.
You turn around and start to head out. When you get to the main doors to head out and head up the street, you immediately realize that there are 5 town watch standing in the yard, taking the moment in.
She's gonna like just stop in the doorway, kind of look at them, and then like look down at the bodies all around her, and she says, "There's a perfectly logical explanation for this." Then she's gonna turn around and try to walk the other way.
All right, 1 second. Okay. As you do the watch kind of stop, and one of them steps up and gives a short blast on a whistle to catch your attention.
She like stops and then just kind of sighs, like, "Am I being detained?"
He steps out from the line and glances over his shoulder, and another constable steps up just past him and turns back towards him, and he makes eye contact with you. And the constable next to him speaks. "You're not going anywhere until we talk."
Okay. Just so you know, there's a few more people in here.
Seriously?
He makes several more gestures, and the woman speaks. "You should send them out here then."
I'm hiding. I'm climbing up into the ceiling joists.
Hatchet's just gonna kind of lean in and she's gonna like lean in, look at the rest of the group, and say, "Guards are here."
What's Adelina do?
I guess it's time to leave. Um.
You know, she will like look at Adelina and oh my gosh, I'm sorry, everybody has L names. Adelina and Lillian.
And Lorelai.
And give kind of like a two-fingered sort of like point at the door, like go that way.
Like, are you trying to get them to leave a different exit, or are you just...
She's giving them the option to leave.
I don't want to leave Miss Hatchet.
Aw.
Oh. Now, which way were you going? Which door is this at?
It's... Oh my goodness.
Into
Here.
the
Oh yeah, over
yard
here.
or into the street?
Into the street, because this is where the guards are.
Yeah, they're
right?
all down in the yard.
So if
The
you go
guards
up
are
this way, then you could possibly sneak out.
Got you. Well, I'm going to do my best just to fade into the crates and whatnot and just sort of make my way up onto this balcony and friggin' hide out and watch what's happening.
Make like you're not there.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me a quick stealth check.
I would love to, but I've friggin' lost my character again. I'm so sorry.
I think they're still on my clipboard. No, they're not.
I'm so sorry. I'm trying to manipulate two screens here and make this all work, and I somehow lost it.
That could happen.
Yeah.
Do we have a link somewhere I can...
I just sent it to you in the Zoom chat.
Oh, there we go. Thank you.
That's what I do. It's the way things works. Third tier, are you back?
Yep.
What's Lillian
there it
planning
is.
on doing in all of this?
I have no idea what's going on. Quick rundown.
No problem.
The captain or the guards arrived.
Freaking guard.
There's a small group of guards standing in the yard, about 5 of them, plus a captain.
And
Oh,
Hatchet,
for shit's sake.
Hatchet is speaking with them, but they haven't seen the rest of the group yet, so she's kind of gestured to the door so that the rest of the group can leave if they so choose.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I'm very stealthily backing up and tripping over shit.
What exactly
no,
is
no. It's better than that.
Oh God.
You just
Oh, no.
you hold tight, Liz. I got you covered on this one.
Oh.
Hatchet's explaining that she's a bounty hunter. She is looking for somebody in this area. She's on the right track. She's almost found him. She found somebody else in there that was kidnapped, and probably is going to want to talk to you about that. But she's like heavily implying that she's the only person here aside from like the Kenku and the guy.
Who are you addressing? The captain or the woman who's been speaking?
Both, honestly.
Okay. The more you talk, the constable that stepped past keeps glancing over at the captain, and at a moment the captain snaps his fingers, and he just does this with big gesture between you.
Oh. She looks at him and clearly enunciates anything that she says, and makes sure that her mouth is visible whenever she's speaking.
Fair enough. Is Lillian going to try to make a sneak out or come out? It sounds like Adelina's just wandering out, going, "Hi."
Yeah. Out of character, see, player me knows the logical thing to do, but my character's a little bit.
That's okay. We all have our dump stats.
I'm all on board for this. It's so good.
Oh yeah. It's perfectly reasonable just to wander out there and be the backup. I just need to know what Lillian's plan is.
Honestly, in character, Lillian has no idea what to do, what the correct thing to do, so she's just gonna hide behind a crate.
Okay. As you do that, the captain continues to sign, and his constable's translating. He says, "I need to know how many are in your party."
I mean, do you really need to know? I work alone, if I'm being honest. Also, hello, this is Adelina. I met her today.
What?
Sorry, I imagined she was saying I work alone just as Adelina walked up.
Yeah. And so the constable goes, "So there are two of you."
With my passive perception of 15, can I tell that Lorelai has what did Lorelai roll for her stealth? Can I see her?
Yes.
Can I hear her?
You start to glance over your shoulder, you start to think, and that's when Lorelai, who has said was climbing up into the rafters to hide, puts her foot down on just the wrong bit of bat guano and crashes down into a pile of crates.
Ta-da!
There's three of us.
That's Lorelai.
No more crow creatures. I have cleared the rafters. Good evening, Captain.
The guard began to fan out to come into the warehouse when Renard steps around the doorway and puts his hands up. "Captain, please be at ease. My apologies. These kind souls sought to rescue me and a friend. They were not present for the melee that you can see strewn about you." The captain considers that, and he glances at his subordinate, looks at Hatchet, and she translates, "Just keep the blood off the streets. We'll take care of this here."
Understood.
And then he turns back to his subordinate. And she just nods.
Well, that's convenient.
And that is where we're going to leave off for the week.
Oh, I did not want to go to Waterdeep jail.
I just kind of poked my head out. I was like, can I come out now?
Lillian's the only smart one here.
Ow.
Lillian, what is Lillian's wisdom score?
13.
Okay, that's pretty good.
And I've got a 15 intelligence. I just have no people skills.
Aw. Bless.
As happens. Whew.
That's a good session.
Yeah, that was fun.
Thank you. And yes, I've watched a lot of The Dragon Prince.
It's my favorite character.
I know, the character there, I'm like, oh, I have to do that again. And there's only so many places
Dragon
I feel
Prince.
right. But I like the idea of this particular watch captain falling into that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she's deaf.
Mm-hmm.
Right, the general. Which it plays so well on the show. I'm like, I gotta fit that in here somewhere. So in my official errata, after I write up like how this adventure went, like that's on my list of notes. This makes the captain so much cooler. And that's a chance to have another level of inclusion that you don't usually see in these games, as we should see more of. Oh, hey, Walsfield, you're just coming on the back end of everything. So as we wrap up for the week, let's go around the table. What was like the best part of the night? What really stuck out as like really fun stuff tonight?
Explosion.
The troll is pretty good.
Oh, that was fun. I liked Adelina just keep on saying, we just want to talk.
I wasn't wrong.
That was good. That was
That we
good.
were there to investigate.
Well, it's like all the way up to this point, she's been like eager to fight and stuff like that. And it's all like, but we just want to talk. I love it. So sweet.
That was very good.
Can we get into a scrap? And thank you, by the way, to everyone that I wasn't able to call out once we really got rolling. I'm still working on managing my notifications. I've only been doing D&D for 6 months. I'm still figuring out what the heck I'm doing when it comes to notifications and call outs. But if Eric is still here, thank you for bringing your people over when you did. We had 2 raids right when we got up and running, which was great to get people to enjoy our game with us tonight. We don't do it just for the views. We do it because we love the game with each other, but we really appreciate sharing the views with everybody who's here. Yes, I just want to talk is percolating out as the quote of the night. I might actually.
And I made a dumb pun. I'm sorry, not really.
No, that was not a dumb pun.
No, that was good.
That was not. In fact, I'm changing the title of this now to be "We Just Want to Talk." That is now officially the title of episode 1.
Woohoo!
So that's what it'll be on YouTube later this week. So fear not. So what's everybody got coming up this week? If people had a fun time hanging out with us tonight, what are some things they should be checking out to see what's going on, or where they might find you elsewhere? Third Tier, do you mind kicking us off with a bit of some of the stuff you've got going, or where to find you?
Sure. I'm Third Tier Gaming, also known as Mike. I generally stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'm more of a mechanical engineer sort of stream, doing CAD design, stuff like that. Fun project that's coming up, starting Monday. Me and Jess and Celidosaurus are going to be doing a twice a week podcast, and where we discuss various different things. I also tend to enjoy to do the usual odd game.
Games are good. Momo, what's on your calendar?
I'm Pumpkin Days on Twitch, and at least on Twitch, what's planned, let's see, Thursday, probably gonna play some games and chill. Friday, some peeps have requested a Redbubble shop for the Pumpkin Days game that I made, so I'm probably gonna be working on some drawings for merch for that. And then Monday, Tuesday before our next game, Wednesday, I usually do art stuff. Not sure what I'm gonna be working on for that. I might be going to anime conventions again sometime later this year, so I gotta like figure out what people want on a postcard. I don't know. That's kind of yeah. That's kind of what I do. Is I go between like games and art projects on my channel currently.
Sweet. Now, Liz, is there something like big happening in the next 4 days that's going to take over your mind?
Yes, that would be Motor City Irish Festival.
Ooh.
Motor City Irish Dance will be performing at the Motor City Irish Festival this weekend on Saturday and Sunday. So that's going to take up most of my weekend.
Link is in the
that sounds
chat
fun.
for Motor City Irish Dance, and you can find out all the great stuff that Liz is working on through that link. I will absolutely plug Motor City as one of the best dance companies I've interacted with in my limited time as a dance dad, because it is just amazingly
And as a
low.
minstrel,
I do pub tunes.
we love your pub tunes.
You love
He
the
is the
fact
best warm-up act. Gets the audience all riled up and clapping along. It's wonderful.
you just want me to keep bringing that adorable little redhead to dance with you guys is really what it boils down to.
Well, yeah.
And Wings, what's going on in your bit of the universe?
Hey everybody, I'm Wings, also known as Danae Keener. You can find me at DanaeKeener.com or at Danae Keener on Twitter. I have a schedule pinned there that says everything that I'm up to as far as streaming goes. I'm running a Rime of the Frost Maiden game on the Indoor Adventure stream, and that has been really exciting and really fun. We're going to have a guest on this Sunday, so go and check that out, DanaeKeener.com.
Sweet. And yeah, her stuff's amazing. I still can't say enough nice things about the graphics we have for the podcast. It makes it just feel so cool to have that custom art. And if you're having a good time with Lantern Noir Presents content, Friday night, I'm probably getting together with the high school crew. We're going to reunite for the first time in a long time to play Mech Warrior 5 because we're all feeling like we're 14 again. And
Aw.
it's been, well, because we all cut our teeth on Mech Warrior 1 back in the day. And it's bringing back so many good feels. And a lot of us that haven't talked in years are like, we should get together again and forget who you voted for and just be cool to each other. And then Saturday is I'm running the original I6 Ravenloft adventure, not Curse of Strahd, not Adventures in Barovia. We're just doing the original module in the 5th edition rule set, and I'm really geeked about that. Almost as geeked as I am for an opportunity to come back next Wednesday with this amazing group, because we still have quite a bit ahead of us as we continue to delve into the sewers underwater deep, where you can have a whole new smell to discover. So thank you guys for coming out tonight. We have got a great crowd here. Let's see if we can send everybody off to hang out with somebody while I debrief with my players. This is the hardest part about raiding post D&D is I don't want to just ditch my players. We got to catch up with each other. I want to send you over to, unless there's somebody else that I should know of that's up tonight. I've got at least one other D&D game I see running, so I'm going to send everybody over there. Dork Tales does amazing jobs with their content. They're up, I think, 3 or 4 nights a week. So we're going to send you there when you get there.
They're
please.
awesome. Yes.
Yes, please say hi on our collective behalf. Let them know that I may or may not be along myself in a few minutes, but my players are my top priority. They're why I do this. So thank you for coming out. Thank you for the support. Aaron here. Thank you again for the gift subs. Thank you for the cheers. Thank you for the raids. The book was well stocked. Azteki, if you're still here, thank you for taking the evening to chill. Hug Nebula for me, and thank her again for the resub. She is a treasure and an inspiration. I got nothing else, folks. I got to call it. Thank you for coming by. Please remember, mask up, vax up. If you can't do neither, back up. Stay safe. We've nearly got this damn thing beat. I want to see everyone at Gen Con 2022. Until then, stay safe.